everyone. Wishing you all a very pleasant evening. And at the very outset, wishing you a very happy and a prosperous new year. We really hope that this year, 2024, turns out to be good for all of us. We grow professionally as well as personally and able to contribute towards nation building. Ladies and gentlemen, as I welcome you all on behalf of ICSI, just requesting people who are standing to be taking your seats. We are going to be starting in a while from now. We're just waiting for everyone to be joining us. As you know, the tea is on, and as soon as people are here, we are going to be good to be starting with the award presentation ceremony. Today, but before that, I would like to request you all also to please have your mobile phones on the silent mode or on the meeting mode, please. And as we present the awards, the 23rd edition of these awards, they are going to be today presented in two slots or two sessions. We are also going to be presented apart from recognizing the winners, also recognizing the ones who are being very close to the winners. Towards that, we are going to be presenting them the certificate of appreciations. So in the first session, as we start in a while from now, we have the certificate of appreciations which are going to be presented at the hands of the president of ICSI. And this first session is going to be close to 1.5 hours. We're also going to be having the keynote address by a very renowned mythologist and a storyteller, which I feel he relates with many mythological stories and conveys the message. So Mr. Devdutt Patnaik is also going to be joining us. He's our keynote speaker in this session. So the session stands for almost 1.5 hours. And post that, we are going to be joined by the Honorable Lok Sabha Speaker, Shri Om Birla ji. He's going to be joining us. And the session with him is going to be again close to 1.5 hours or maybe a little short. But in that, we are going to be presenting the awards to the winners, the trophies and the certificates to the winners, in which we also have the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is going to be presented. So that is how we have planned for the day. And then we are going to be closing the day with dinner. So once again, good greetings to all of the event of the day. And kindly be taking your seats, having your mobile phones on the silent mode, please. Kindly take your seats, please. So namaskar to everyone once again, and with profound significance and gratitude, I welcome all present in this August gathering on behalf of ICSI, especially our past presidents and the founder members who have given such a strong foundation to ICSI. The present torchbearers and the council members who continue to take the vision and mission of ICSI and working very closely with the government, working very closely with the corporates. And then the captains and the leaders of the industry, many of them whom are going to be recognized and awarded today, who have been inculcating a culture of corporate governance in their enterprises, the think tanks, and then all the other eminent delegates and participants present in this August gathering. It's a pleasure to be welcoming all of you on this very momentous occasion, a celebratory occasion, as we present the 23rd edition of ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance. And ladies and gentlemen, I think all will agree that in this era of dynamic transformation and unprecedented challenges and events which we are seeing, the role and the very importance of corporate governance cannot be overstated. In fact, if you see, it acts as a compass guiding the companies and organizations and enterprises towards their social responsibility, towards practicing more ethical behavior, and being very transparent and open and accountable in their work. And ICSI has been recognizing these very attributes, these very principles and ethics in the organizations by presenting these awards. And we continue in the pursuit of recognizing excellence in corporate governance today with the presentation of the 23rd edition. As we do that, at the outset, I would like to first invite the torchbearers of ICSI here on the dais. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause as I request CS Manish Gupta, President ICSI, to please grace the dais. CS B. Narasimhan, the Vice President ICSI. CS Dhananjay Shukla, Council Member and Chairman, Corporate Laws and Governance Committee, ICSI. And CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary, ICSI. और आप सभी जानते हैं कि ICSI की स्थापना 1968 में हुई थी. And from its very establishment, it have not only been promoting, but they themselves have been believing and living in letter and spirit, which is enshrined in the Taittiriya Upanishad and which reads Satyam Vad Dharmam Cha, and which translates into speak the truth, abide by the law. और आप ये भी जानते होंगे कि जब स्वर्ण जयंती समारोह हुआ था ICSI का, इसे एक आदर्श वाक्य के रूप में अपनाया गया और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के कर कमलों द्वारा इसे लॉन्च किया गया था. And today, as we present these awards, once again upholding the torch of corporate governance profession in the nation and abiding by this in letter and spirit, we have the ICSI motto song, and I would like to request you all to please rise for the same.
उम्मीद के अंबर में हम बनके खिले जो रोशनी, कह देंगे हम संसार को कोई लक्ष्य नामुमकिन नहीं. ज्ञान के और न्याय के हर राह को थामे हुए चल पड़े हैं झूम कर बस गीत ये गाते हुए. सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर. कंपनी सचिव कदमों की हर एक गूंज में बस जीत का एहसास हो, राष्ट्र प्रगति पथ पे हो और आत्मबल की आस हो. जब भी चले इस भाव से खुलते गए हैं रास्ते, आवाज हमने दिल से दी है गीत ये गाते हुए. सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर. हर उन्नति के रंग में हर भारतीय हाथ हो, उद्यम हो या उद्योग हो, हर ओर अपना साथ हो. जाना शिखर तक है हमें सच की कलाई थाम कर, हम जीत के सुर छेड़ेंगे गीत ये गाते हुए. सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर, सत्यम वद धर्मम चर.
And yes, the motto song of any organization एक सिद्धांत के रूप में होता है जो हमारे रास्ते को परिपक्व करता रहता है. And now, as we begin the awards ceremony, at the very outset, I would like to request CS Dhananjay Shukla, the Council Member and Chairman Corporate Laws and Governance Committee of ICSI, to please welcome all present in this august gathering, and I request him for his welcome address.
Good evening. Good evening. Sri Manish Gupta, President ICSI. Sri B. Narasimhan ji, Vice President ICSI. My esteemed Central Council colleagues. Secretary Sri Ashish Mohan ji. Sri Devdutt Patnaik ji, distinguished speaker for this next session. All past presidents present here. Former Secretary Shri Dinesh Arora ji, who is present here. Past Central Council members, members from the Regional Council, distinguished members from the jury, distinguished members from the expert group, Sri Harish Baidji, past Vice President ICSI. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome each one of you on the behalf of ICSI to this award presentation ceremony organized by ICSI, titled as 23rd Corporate Governance Award Presentation Ceremony. On behalf of ICSI, on behalf of Sri Manish Gupta, President ICSI, I welcome each one of you. Please give a big round of applause. I'd like to start with a quote from Dharmasastra, Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purna Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangal Bhavatu, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. While most of you would have recognized the Shanti mantra, yet I would like to share the English translation of the same. May there be a well-being in all, may there be calmness in all, may there be fulfillment in all, may there be auspiciousness in all, may there be peace all around. Standing here amongst some of the most renowned names of the corporate India, awaiting the presence of our esteemed guest, Sri Om Birla ji, I, on behalf of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, welcome each one of you to the 23rd edition of the ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance. Friends, to me, these awards are a celebration of not just excellence in governance, but a celebration of the overall approach of the Indian corporates to be good and doing good. And it is this responsible behavior portrayed by the corporates over these years that has motivated the ICSI to roll out these awards and to keep it going. Each year, as we sit to fine-tune the questionnaire, the flyers and the promotional material and anticipation looms over all of us as to how many companies would be applying for these awards. And it is an absolute delight to commend all the companies who have participated, to have taken the time out in collecting the data and information expected to collate the same, fill in the questionnaire with utmost dedication, attaching supporting documents and send it all to our way. It is a common understanding that filling the applications for any awards is no less than sitting for an examination and awaiting its evaluation and its results. I thoroughly appreciate the efforts, patience and grit of each one of you who has added further to the magnanimity of these awards. As there is a saying in Dharmasastra, Asmakam Karyani Asman Shavadhi Karishyanti. That is, only action can define us. So I congratulate all the awardee companies, representative of all those awardee companies, all the awardee in different categories, and please give a big round of applause to all of them. It is the strength and integrity of actions taken by you all and plenty others which has lent the magnanimity, grandeur and grace to this event. It is the sturdiness of your character, values, morals and ethics that not just the ICSI but the entire corporate India awaits with bated breath for this event. And it is for your vigor to uphold good governance that we feel extremely proud to celebrate good governance hand in hand with all of you, all in the hope, aspiration, confidence, and trust that together we shall take the nation to the pinnacles of the good corporate governance. India has always been referred to as the land of Lord Ram. गुड गवर्नेंस की बात आए और राम राज्य का जिक्र न हो तो ये नामुमकिन है. Even further, as the nation comes together, awaiting the opening of the doors and the grand consecration event of Ram Temple in Ayodhya, as citizens of this nation, it falls upon us to live and conduct our lives as per the principles laid down for good governance by the Lord Ram himself. To quote Mahatma Gandhi, by Ram Rajya, I don't mean Hindu Raj. I mean Ram Raj, the kingdom of God. All gods are one and the same. I acknowledge no other God than the one God of truth and righteousness. Ram Rajya envisages a society in which virtue, morality, and justice are the core ideals around which day-to-day interactions occur, unquote. Even at the ICSI, we have adopted a motto, Satyam Bada Dharmam Chara, speak the truth, abide by the law. While truth denotes transparency and accountability, abidance and adherence with the law comes with diligent compliance. As we award the corporates for their best practices in governance over the years, we have also been commending the company secretaries of these organizations, the underlying thought being not just recognition, but a thorough motivation across the profession. Each year as we bring in more categories, introduce and launch new awards, the intent for us is crystal clear to show the world that governance cannot be confined to a single meaning. For us, portraying innovation and excellence in CSR is also a part of good governance, as much as portraying business responsibility and sustainability in functioning. A multi-million-dollar business is as significant as is a small enterprise listed on the SME exchange, paving its way and participating in the Indian growth story. We salute you all. We recognize you all. A big round of applause for each one of you. At the same time, we expect each one of you, all the awardees in different categories, to continue to pursue your business operations ethically, responsibly, with all the integrity. On this note, I extend my warm welcome to each one of you to the award ceremony up to 23rd ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance. Once again, I welcome each one of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai ICSI.
Thank you very much, sir, for your welcome remarks and also sharing with us the thought and the idea behind these awards, which were instituted in the year 2001, with the very aim of catalyzing a pervasive consciousness of good governance in the corporate sector. Thank you, sir. So before we present the awards, little behind the thought, the idea, the concept behind these awards. And I would like to invite CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary ICSI, to kindly give a presentation on the National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance.
Thank you, Vimi. Good evening, all of you. I think we already had a very good, mesmerizing session from Devdutt ji. So I am here quickly to just give you a glimpse of the entire award process. So I'll just take you through how the entire process is being done in the institute to give you a fair idea about the robust system we have actually imbibed in our institute. Dear friends, as our guest was just saying, that many of the things cannot be measured. Even judging corporate governance, a lot of qualitative aspects comes. But measuring a qualitative aspects is also a very tough job, and the jury has done an excellent job. Before we start, yesterday morning, we woke up with a very, very sad news. Dr. P.V.S. Jagan Mohan Rao, former president of ICSI, in the year 2001, passed away in the early hours yesterday morning. And in fact, he was the pioneer in actually starting these awards also. These awards started in the year 2001. So it's a very, very sad news, and really we miss him today. And I request all of you to kindly stand for a 1-minute silence remembering him. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the awards. As you can see, from the year 2001, the institute had instituted these awards. And right from 2001 onwards, the institute had been very, very fortunate to have the chair of the jury headed by very, very eminent persons. And fortunately, we had the gracious presence of Justice T.S. Thakur, former Chief Justice of India, also chairing the awards for 2023 as well. This time, the jury consisted of, again, eminent personalities headed by, as I said, former Chief Justice of India, His Lordship Honorable Justice T.S. Thakur. The members of the jury were Srimati Ranveet Kaur, Chairperson, CCI, Mr. Amarjit Sinha, Member, the Public Enterprise Selection Board, Professor Anil Kumar, Professor, Department of Commerce, Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi, Mr. Anil Singhvi, Managing Editor, Z Business, Mr. Anup Rao Velamuri, Managing Director and CEO, Future Generalia India Insurance Company Limited, Mr. Ashok Sethi, Chairman, Tata Consulting Engineers Limited, Mr. Ashok Suta, Chairman, Happiest Minds Technologies Limited, Mr. KK Mistry, Vice Chairman and CEO, HDFC Bank Limited, Mr. Manoj Chakravarti, Chief Practitioner, the Center for Ethics and Responsible Business, Mr. OTS Nambia, former Director, Spices Board, Mr. P.K. Gupta, former Managing Director, State Bank of India, Mr. P.K. Malhotra, former Secretary, Minister of Law and Justice, C.S. Ranjit Pandey, former President, the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, Mr. R. Dinesh, President, CII, Mr. Srinivas V. Dempo, Chairman, Dempo Group of Companies, Ms. Sudha Pillai, former Secretary, Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Y.R.K. Reddy, International Advisor and Trainer in Corporate Governance, Founder, Yaga Consulting Private Limited, C.S. Manish Gupta, President, ICSI. And of course, the Secretariat was headed by yours truly. So a big round of applause to the entire jury members. I think few of our jury members are here tonight with us. I request the jury members to kindly stand if all of you are here. So some of them are here. I request all the guests here to give them a big round of applause. It's a tremendous work they have done. I must share the kind of deliberation, interactions which we had in that jury meeting to come at the right candidate and the kind of qualitative aspects on which the discussions were held. Dear members, we had the fortune of also this function being chaired, always graced by the presence of great personalities over the years. And today also we have none other than the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Shri Om Birla ji, who is expected anytime soon. The members, the awards have been categorized into these categories. That is, we are going to give today the 23rd ICSI National Award for Excellence in Corporate Governance 2023, followed by the 8th ICSI CSR Excellence Awards, then the 5th Best Secretarial Audit Report, the 3rd Best PCS Firm Award, and the 2nd BRSR Award 2023. Now I take you through the Corporate Governance Awards. The Corporate Governance Awards are basically categorized into two major categories, that is the listed companies and the unlisted, and there is further divided on the basis of the turnover, which is again categorized into the large, medium, emerging, and SME. Again, if you go to the unlisted, we have the large, medium, and emerging. This is based on the turnover which has been enumerated there. So there will be total 7 awards there. So we are going to confer today 4 awards to the listed companies, 3 to the unlisted category, and as in ICSI, we would always also simultaneously give the awards to the governance professionals of these 7 companies, and there would be 1 Lifetime Achievement Award for translating excellence in corporate governance into reality. The eligibility criteria: all listed entities and unlisted companies were eligible to participate. We here give normally a 3-year cooling period. That is, a company which has won will not be eligible for the next 3 years to apply for these awards. But if a particular company's category changes based on the turnover, then that cooling off period gets reduced to a period of 1 year. The selection process, dear members, includes a 7-stage process. The stage 1 is the setting up of the questionnaire, which starts right after these awards. Our next process for the 2024 awards will start. So it starts right from January, February itself. So we start making an expert group which frames and reviews the questionnaires, both the first questionnaire and the second questionnaire. The first questionnaire is then sent to all the companies, and it is also made available in the website of the institute. Once we get the feedbacks from the first questionnaire, it is being evaluated again. Then, based on the shortlisting done, the second questionnaire is sent to the shortlisted companies. We also collect responses from the independent directors based on a questionnaire, and further, there is an expert interaction with independent directors. Then, once all these are compiled, we again do a screening by other outside experts. Then we compile the regulatory responses. Here we take regulatory responses from all the major regulators of the country, including the Registrar of Companies, SEBI, NCLT, NCLAT, and all other administrative authorities also. So if any particular instances is mentioned also, we do put it before the jury. Then finally, it is placed before the jury for its consideration. The members, the expert group which framed the questionnaire and also interacted later on had been headed by CSB Murli, former director legal and company secretary, Nestle India Limited. And it was supported by very, very prominent personalities. So major source of information for evaluation is primarily the annual report, the website of the company, the sustainability reports, proxy advisory reports, feedback from the independent directors. These are some of the major sources of information. The questionnaire weightage is also divided, because the first questionnaire, which is basically a primary questionnaire, we have only put a weightage of 40%, whereas the second questionnaire, which gets into a detailing of more detailed analysis, gets into a weightage of 50%, and 10% weightage is given to the third questionnaire, that is the independent directors questionnaire. Whereas that was for the listed category, whereas for the unlisted category, if you see, the weightage for the first questionnaire remains at 40%, and the second questionnaire goes up to 55%, and the independent director questionnaire is at 5%. Evaluation of the first questionnaire primarily focuses on the board structure and processes, transparency and disclosure compliances, stakeholders' value enhancement, CSR and sustainability. Whereas the second questionnaire, though, captures various parts of the first questionnaire also, but it goes into very detailed analysis, again with regard to board processes, transparency and disclosure, risk management framework, stakeholders' value enhancement, human resources, sustainability, CSR. Whereas the evaluation of the independent directors questionnaire also focuses again on the board structure, board meeting processes, oversight function of the board, and board effectiveness. Dear members, over the years, we had been doing these awards, as I said, from 2001 onwards. And perhaps 2 years back, when we were sitting in a room and evaluating this entire process, some thought process came across our mind. That was primarily because we saw lot of good initiatives taken by various companies while when we were evaluating these companies. We saw companies were doing much than what was required in terms of maybe the Companies Act, in terms of the SEBI regulations. So they were beyond the compliance levels. And we also saw some of the very good international practices being adopted by various companies. We have seen boards which have a requirement of having the quorum at 50%. So we have seen stakeholder engagement committees stakeholder value chain committees being imbibed by some companies. So there are a lot of, we have seen companies where the workplace innovation committees are there. So we have seen how these companies take those processes and how they define it and how they deliver it. So many of those disclosures are available in the annual reports, and further on the interaction with the independent directors, we further evaluate them. So based on these studies, these inputs, we thought it would be ideal for us to come out with a publication from the institute. So we came out with a very, very good material on corporate governance from compliance to excellence. And we followed up it last year with the version 2 of it, which, as you see, has been entirely divided into major parts containing both effectiveness, transparency and disclosure, risk management, stakeholders value enhancement, sustainability, workplace innovation. Dear members, I request all of you to please get hold of a copy of this. It's a very well-researched publication, and I must say, I must compliment all the people who have been involved with it. And I must also say here that we are not going to stop here. We are also coming out with the version 3 based on the inputs and evaluations we had this year. So dear friends, before going into the CSR Excellence Awards now, I would also like to state that the Institute has taken a lot of initiatives in terms of the future aspects of the future aspects are concerned, especially with regard to ESG and ESG sustainability and other parameters are required. We have made an exclusive board, independent board for ESG, which has taken a lot of initiatives. We are working on, we may be the pioneers in working on the concept of stewardship in the country rather. We saw that in the international arena, some good practices with stewardships are happening. Though that is quite new in this country as of now, but we feel in the next, say, 5 to 10 years, the concept of stewardship would gain a big momentum. And that is where the governance professional's role is going to evolve like anything. And 2-3 important aspects with regard to the global investment, the kind of institutional investment, the kind of informed investment community, the kind of MSME sector emerging in this country, the role of governance professional is going to have a day and night change which is going to come. And in fact, we will see it would be the investors, the institutional investors who would be driving the appointment of the governance professionals, and there would be a lot of value addition reports which would be coming as part of your annual reports. The Institute is very much focused on this, and Institute is looking at ESG arena. We are also looking at something like responsible investment code and variety of other things which are on the table. So I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward to all suggestions from the members, from the larger community. We are also extending, today morning, we had an outreach program chaired by the president, in which we had invited some few of the company secretaries from big listed companies. In fact, the 2 hours of mine, the deliberations were very, very helpful, and a lot of food for thoughts has been provided to us. So I'm really, really optimistic as far as the role which ICSI is going to play. Now coming to the CSR awards, again these have been divided into 3 categories. If you see, the large, medium, and small and emerging. This is based on the spending of CSR. The eligibility criteria again here is that all companies who have a prescribed CSR spend, prescribed CSR spend on 50 lakhs and above. Cooling off is again given here for a 3-year period. But again, if the category, if particular company goes into the higher category, the cooling off period gets reduced to 1 year. Here also the evaluation process, we have an expert group, an independent expert group which has been formed. That independent group has actually made the evaluation methodology and the questionnaire. Then we do the evaluation on the responses of the questionnaire. And here, the experts do the field visit. They actually go to these places and do see personally about the activities which have been undertaken. We also collect the regulatory responses and other media reports, if any, and place before the jury for its consideration. The weightage, again, here is given on the questionnaire is at 60%, whereas the field assessment and interaction is at 40%. Evaluation happens, the questionnaire primarily takes care of the CSR policy, the stakeholder engagement, strategy, execution and monitoring, reporting and disclosure, sustainability. Whereas the field assessment primarily focuses on the governance and leadership, partnership and its level, program implementation, impact assessment and learning. So we were again fortunate enough that one of our former presidents, Dr. J. Sridhar, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, Bajaj Auto Limited, had chaired this expert group, and under him there were a lot of experts who have contributed to this questionnaire and further evaluation also. Dear friends, the Institute also started with the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Awards because, you know, as I just said, the kind of change which is happening in the industry with regard to the importance given to the ESG parameters world over. So Institute thought it fit that we should implement this. And this year we are rolling out the second version of it. So this is basically, this award intends to recognize the efforts of the companies in integrating ESG for conducting their business in responsible and sustainable manner. Again, this category is divided into the service and non-service sector. All listed and unlisted companies are eligible to participate. The weightage given, the evaluation process primarily comes from the responses to the questionnaire. Then again, regulatory responses are compiled, and the final selection is done by the jury. The weightage is, if you see, the environmental aspects gets a 30% weightage, the social aspects get a 35% weightage, whereas the governance aspects gets also a 35% weightage. So it covers broadly the entire ESG parameters. This group, also we were fortunate to have a great personality like C.S. Sudhakarji, who had headed this expert group, and he was also supported by great names there. I'm not naming out each of them. So great names were there who had actually supported in making sure that we have a robust system in place. The Institute further, for the purpose of promoting the concept of secretarial audit and promoting our professionals, instituted the best secretarial audit report, and this is in its 5th version now. Here, the award categories, again, one award is awarded to a best secretarial audit report. The requirement are that the secretarial auditor should have an active COP, and he can send 5 secretarial audit reports for evaluation, and these reports should be for the financial year 2022-23. Cooling off period also is given here. The winner awardee in individual capacity, 3 years cooling off period is there, and the firm to which that particular secretarial auditor is associated or a partner is associated would also come under that criteria. Evaluation process, again an expert group, separate expert group is made which has framed the questionnaire, and the evaluation is done based on those questionnaires. The basic evaluation of preliminary evaluation is done on the nominations received through the questionnaire. Here, the Institute also has a role because certain disciplinary cases, as you all are aware, are there in the Institute. So there is a verification done at the Institute level on the, at the Directorate of Discipline to check any of any precedents or any antecedents if it is there. So that is done. Then the screening of shortlisted secretarial audit reports are done based on an interaction by the same expert group. And the final selection is again placed before the jury for the selection. The evaluation methodology involves a questionnaire weightage is at 70%, and the expert interaction is at 30% weightage. Again, we were fortunate to have one of our former presidents, Shri Devendra V. Deshpande, heading this expert group, and supported, very well supported by our prominent company secretary members, and really they have done a great show. Yes. Dear friends, the Institute also instituted the concept of PCS Firm Award. The idea behind this was to actually to inculcate and to take home the idea of building up big PCS firms in the years to come, and to acknowledge their efforts in contributing to the corporate governance culture. As I said, which again, on the PCS firms which have gained reputation by following best practices and have been instrumental in promoting good corporate governance. Here the eligible award category is given to the one award is given to the best PCS firm. the eligibility shall be that that particular proprietor partnership LLP should have a registration with the firm registration number or a unique identification number with the ICSI. And the questionnaire, again, we had an expert group which evaluated the questionnaire, which framed and evaluated the questionnaire. Then the basic evaluation is done on the basis of the responses on the questionnaire. Again, here also, since it pertains to the members of our institute, we do evaluate based on the records of the directorate discipline, that if any particular cases are pending or not. Then, based on all those informations, the final documents are placed before the jury for the selection. The weightage given is, if you can see, the 40% is given on the areas of practice, areas of service, and capacity. Capacity of the PCS firm, its proprietor, and partners. We have given 20% weightage on the infrastructure capacity of the firm and 40% on the professional conduct of the firm. This expert group was also headed by one of our former president, C.S. Nagendra D. Rao, and also ably supported by our prominent members. Dear friends, ICSI Lifetime Achievement, this is the final award, Lifetime Achievement Award for Translating Excellence in Corporate Governance into Reality. This is an award given to a person who has contributed in translating excellence in corporate governance over a period of so many years. And if you see, there are so many prominent faces, if you can see, who have been awarded previously, who are among the Lifetime Award winners. And this year also, the jury has selected a name which will be known very soon now. The basis of selection is, again, the overall performance of group or company, the corporate governance culture adopted and translated by the individual in his company or group of companies, the public policy adopted throughout his career, the social welfare taken up by such companies in which he was associated. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for the patient hearing. I hope you have a great evening today, and I request all of your support like this continuously for our future endeavors also. Thank you.
Thank you, C.S. Ashish Mohan, for giving us a very comprehensive account of these awards, its genesis, the criteria of the methodology which has been adopted towards its evaluation and assessment, and also introducing us to our esteemed jury members. And ladies and gentlemen, it is often said that good, better, best, never let it rest till the time good becomes better and the better becomes best. So as we present these awards, we are going to be recognizing the best in the field towards exhibiting good governance by presenting them the trophies and the certificate. But then the jury, under the leadership of Honorable Justice T.S. Thakur, also felt that organizations and enterprises who are in the pursuit of becoming best from better should also be appreciated. And that is where we are going to be appreciating them by presenting them the certificate of appreciation. So for doing the honors, I would like to once again invite here on the dais, inviting the President ICSI. May I request you, sir, to please grace the dais. May I request CSB Narsimhan, the Vice President ICSI, to please join us here. CS Dhananjay Shukla, Council Member and Chairman Corporate Laws and Governance Committee, ICSI. And once again inviting CS Ashish Mohan, Secretary, ICSI. And may I request, gentlemen, may I request you all to please step forward to present the certificate of appreciation. So ladies and gentlemen, the categories, the criteria you've already heard. We start with the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Awards, in which the certificate of appreciation will be conferred in the service and the non-service sector. And for ICSI BRS Awards 2023, the Certificate of Appreciation in Non-Service Sector category is presented to Marico Limited. May I request Mr. Pavan Agarwal, the Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Vinay M.A., the Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, along with Mr. Boni Roy, the Company Secretary of Marico Limited, to please join us here in accepting this certificate of appreciation on behalf of the company. Many congratulations to them, and moving on to the ICSI BRS Awards 2023, the Certificate of Appreciation in the Service Sector category goes to Sonata Software Limited. Ms. Radhika Rajan, the Independent Director, Mr. Jagannathan CN, the Chief Financial Officer of Sonata Software Limited, are present with us. I request you both to please join us in accepting the Certificate of Appreciation on behalf of the company. Congratulations to them being conferred with the Certificate of Appreciation in the Service Sector, Sonata Software Limited. अगली कैटेगरी की ओर बढ़ते हैं, and now we have the Certificate of Appreciation under the ICSI CSR Excellence Awards 2023, and the Certificate of Appreciation to the Small and Emerging Enterprise goes to Galaxy Surfactants Limited. Mr. Adarsh Nair, the Vice President and the Head CSR of Galaxy Surfactants Limited, is joining us here on the dais to receive the Certificate of Appreciation. और मीडियम कैटेगरी में अब CSR एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड के सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ अप्रिसिएशन से नवाजा जाता है वेलस्पन इंडिया लिमिटेड को. In the medium category, award being conferred on Welspun India Limited, Mr. Sanjeev Ranjan, the Vice President of Welspun India Limited, joining us to receive the certificate. And moving on to the Excellence in Corporate Governance Awards 2023. Under this, ladies and gentlemen, last year, that was in 2023, a new category for the listed SMEs was introduced, and the jury decided to confer a certificate of encouragement under this category. So, presenting now the certificate of encouragement to Greatex Corporate Services Limited. May I request from Greatex Corporate Services Limited, Mr. Alok Halalka, the Managing Director and CFO. I think Mr. Arvind Halalka is present with us, Non-Executive Director of Greatex Corporate Services Limited, receiving the certificate of encouragement on behalf of the company. The next certificate of appreciation in unlisted segment medium category goes to Hexaware Technologies Limited. Hexaware Technologies Limited, may I request Mr. Vikas Jain, the Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Gunjan Methi, the Company Secretary, and Mr. Ritin Gosar, the Finance Controller of Hexaware Technologies Limited. They are with us here on the dais, receiving the certificate of appreciation in the unlisted segment, Medium Enterprise, Hexaware Technologies Limited. The next certificate of appreciation in listed segment emerging category goes to India Mart Intermesh Limited. We have Mr. Manoj Bhargava, the Group General Counsel, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, along with Ms. Shivani Mathur, the Senior Executive Legal and Secretarial of India Mart Intermesh Limited, joining us. Congratulations to them. And now the certificate of appreciation in the listed segment medium category being awarded to Blue Star Limited. Blue Star Limited, may I request Mr. Nikhil Sohoni, the Group Chief Financial Officer, along with Mr. Ankit Shah, the Deputy General Manager Legal and Secretarial of Blue Star Limited, both of them here with us, gracing the dais to receive the certificate of appreciation. Many congratulations to all the organizations who have been conferred with the certificate of appreciation, also the certificate of encouragement. The awards, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be shortly presenting once our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Om Birla Ji, is going to be joining us. Thank you, gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, with the very intent to exhibit and embody the broader objectives of the company and also to epitomize the very purpose for which the establishment was created and has been established, ICSI has changed the name of its Section 8 company, which was earlier ICSI GRKF, which is ICSI Governance, Research and Knowledge Foundation, to the Institute of Governance Professionals of India. And so as to create brand image and visibility, a dedicated logo and masthead for the entity has been created, which we are now going to be launching with the release of a flyer. I would like to request our President, CS Mohan Gupta, to please release this flyer. The company, ladies and gentlemen, intends to take forward its purpose to generate, spread, and impart knowledge directly or in association with persons having similar objects or who are engaged in similar activities by the way of research, publications, training, education. The area of focus of these activities will include corporate laws, governance, management, business sustainability and CSR, capital and financial market, economic laws and policies, information and control systems, and allied disciplines. So you saw the logo also on the screen. So ladies and gentlemen, the information which we have, Shri Om Birla is going to be joining another 10 minutes, but then this time stands as a greater opportunity to be interacting with the torch bearers of ICSI. So any questions or any submissions you want to make, kindly feel free towards that. We'll pass on the mic, just raise your hand, and we'll have this small, short interactive session.
Good evening. At the outset, I welcome you all to the 23rd award ceremony being hosted by ICSI. So we all are waiting for the gracious presence of Honorable Speaker, Shri Om Birla ji. Let us utilize this time in the meanwhile, as he would be reaching here in next few minutes. So house is open. I would not take much time in sharing my thoughts. I would like to listen from you all. Whatever you would like to discuss, any idea would like to share, anything which comes to your mind related to the institution, the activities of the institution, how institute is progressing, and any noble idea you would like to share, anything, any thought process. Just to share with you all, today only, we had our first outreach program, wherein we have invited the company secretaries of the leading companies and merchant banker, practicing company secretaries at one forum. And the whole idea was to reach out to the professionals and to discuss and deliberate upon the next course of action and the way forward for the ICSI. We had discussed about many issues relating to the career awareness program, the CLDP, how those CLDP or the MSOP has to be conducted by the ICSI, the branding of ICSI. We discussed many issues relating to these aspects. And that was a close affair between 15, 20 of us. But now it's an opportunity for all of us to discuss at the larger forum. So I'm looking for your ideas, your thought process relating to the activities of the ICSI. So any one of you would like to share anything, any suggestion, any idea you would like to suggest to the ICSI, to the council, which can be implemented at the grassroots level for the betterment of the profession? Yeah, we have Shalda ji here. Can anyone please pass on the mic to her?
Manish ji, this is regarding the awards. I'm not aware if similar to your CSR Excellence Award, is there an award instituted for the implementing agencies?
There is no such award which is instituted for the implementing agencies, because this is a very new concept which is introduced by the Minister of Corporate Affairs. We are continuing with this award for last 8 years, but this is a good idea.
Yeah, you should.
Let us, yes.
Because without them, I don't think,
Correct,
it's a joint
correct.
effort and they should be recognized.
The only hurdle I can see is that we are not having any access to those NGOs or the implementing agencies. They have to register with the MCA, but their details are not available with the institute. So we can always discuss this particular idea in the CLGC committee, and we'll surely take it forward. This is a very good idea she has given to us. Anamika, you have to take note of it. Anything you would like to add on? Sir, you have just got the award. Many congratulations from all of us. A big round of applause for him.
Thank you, thank you. Sir, thanks for sharing the process, how you select, how you, go through it. Since my company falls into the category C, which is 50 lakhs to 10 CR. Now you mentioned the criteria, weightage, etc., whatever, and one of the point was media reports to be considered. So I was wondering if you can share as to, because a smaller company, they may not have much media coverage also, and what really you look forward in those kind of reports?
Okay,
and if
got your point, sir.
If there is nothing, then what?
Got your point, sir. Those media reports are for the consumption of jury only, and there is no impact or the marking with respect to the media reports which are available in the public domain. We have never considered those media reports at the time of finalization or evaluation of those awards. that is always being provided to the jury members, and only the negative things are being shared, not the positive things are being shared, so that the jury should have an idea whether we are going to award any such company which has some negative sentiments in the media. So that is the only aspect to it, and nothing related to the small company or a bigger company. That media report can be there for any of those companies, good or bad reasons, right? We are only capturing those bad reasons just at the time of jury discussions. Nothing more than that.
Sharing the feedback report for the companies who can, who got the certificate of appreciation and how to, what was the gap, and so that they can
Yes.
inspire or get
Yes,
motivated for
yes,
the next.
yes. Let me answer this, sir. We will be surely be sharing those little gaps which are there in those companies who could not able to get the final or the first award. But yes, the certificate of appreciation or the certificate of encouragement is always there for the good governed companies. Sir, we'll be releasing the volume 3.0 very soon, which is totally based on the good practices being adopted by the best governed companies. Some of the practices are voluntarily started by them. Some of the practices are internationally based on the international benchmarking. So you can get an idea about where exactly you are lacking, or any of such companies lacking, and what exactly those companies can follow and implement in their respective companies. So that 2 editions are already there in public domain. You can have those books from here as well. That stall I must be having at the stall. Those 2 editions are there at the stall. Third, we will be releasing in the month of March. So that will provide you the complete access to where exactly you are lacking and what exactly the best governed company or the best awardee is doing.
Thank you. Will you be sharing the individual feedback report also?
I'm not very sure about it. Online? On request only
Okay,
that can be
okay,
shared. So you
okay,
can send those requests to the secretariat.
Okay,
They will
okay.
be sharing it with you.
So I'll be requesting it, sir. Sure.
Oh, sure, sir.
Thank
You are most welcome. Someone from, yeah,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
As this is award, I have a question related to award or a suggestion related to award. Like we have a lifetime achievement award introduced over here, can we have an award for the young or budding professional as well? जैसे movies या normal awards में होता है debutant award we call. So that kind of award so that young professionals get motivated.
Yes,
If we can introduce this.
that's a good idea. But for that purpose, we need to invite the nominations. I am not very sure how many of you are going to file those or give those nominations. So it has to be backed by your own corporates where you are working.
Maybe next year onwards.
Yeah, maybe next year we need to discuss this particular fact as well in the CLGC committee. So
Yes.
let's see.
And second thing, there are many second layers as well. I have seen that for the companies, those have when you are going to appreciate the governance professionals behind that. But the secretarial team of listed companies like us, where there are many back ends, 10 plus company secretaries working in the group. So there should be some appreciation for those categories as well, if you can consider.
A big round of applause for her. So that is the appreciation being provided by the entire fraternity to all the company secretaries who are working on those companies. At the same time, it is an award. And an award has to be given to a leader who is leading the entire show on behalf of the corporate. So that is the motto which we are carrying on. And at the same time, you all are welcome. We are not denying or not restricting the entry on the dais at the time of the award. Anyone who has got the award can come with 5, 7 people. There is no such restriction in that. So all of them can come. Their names would be announced. Their upload would surely be there for the entire team.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir,
Good evening.
good evening, sir.
No, I just had one thought. Since now Indian companies are internationalizing quite a bit, you see Disney combining with Reliance and such moves are happening. Now they're going to the internet, and we will see more and more of this. And I understand ICSI is also a member of, International Corporate Governor Network.
ICGN.
Yeah. And now to actually, it's like nomination at that international level. Can this be taken forward? There could be at the international level a joint award between ICSCI and that network, which is for the companies which are internationalizing to, bring them on the world stage.
Thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful suggestion. Let me share with you that ICSI is member of ICGN network. We are very active with OCED. At the same time, we are a member of CSIA? CSIA, which is the governing, I would say, the body of the governance institutions in the world. So, instituting those awards for at the international level, that's a very good idea, a good suggestion. I need to check with all those agencies whether they have those practices or not. That is one. Second, whether they want to have any of the governance institution as partner with them or not, because ICGN is having a network of all governance institutions across the world. So that is required to be checked. Yes, the CSIA, which is the institution which was wherein we are the member of it, they are coming out with the international award. CSIA is coming out with the international award, and the very first award will take place at Malaysia in the month of March. The international awards on corporate governance only. So that's a very good idea. We'll surely discuss with them and we'll take it forward. Thanks for the wonderful suggestion, sir. Yes, Rajiv ji.
Manish ji, now
Sir.
time has come that the business environment is very, very competitive. And you can understand the compliance is there and the cost of penalty is going manifold. So time has come that we should devise SOP, Standard Operating Procedure for Company Secretaries also. Because they have been involved in each and every field where other persons are also being involved. So it should be some defined and SOP is time of the requirement now.
Thank you, Rajiv ji, for raising this particular concern. Let me share with all the members present here that last week only we had a coordination committee meeting with MCA, wherein it is always headed by the Secretary MCA, wherein all the three institutions, CA, CS, CWA, their President, Vice President and Secretary are member of it. And attendance of all the members is mandatory. So last week only we had a coordination committee, and that coordination committee we had a discussion about the SOP to be prepared, SOP to be formulated, and we have chalked down some draft of it. Draft is already with us. We will be placing that draft in the ensuing council meeting, which is going to happen on 18th of January. And post approval from the council, we will be sharing that particular SOP, draft version only, with the MCA for finalization, and a little push would be required from MCA, because MCA has to share with all the regulators, ED, enforcement directorates, SFIO, police stations, state governments, that this is an SOP which is required to be followed at all the levels, and it has a backing of MCA. So we are looking for backing from MCA. The SOP from ICSI as such is not going to help our members. It has to be pushed by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So we are already in discussion with them, and I'm very much sure the way we had discussed this particular issue, I'm very much sure this would be formulated very soon, and it should also be having a backing of MCA.
Another small suggestion is that when we are going to MCA website and we go for the master data, then the list of authorized signatories is there, where the director, MD, and even company secretary name is also there. So it is humbly requested that we should devise a system where the designation of all these KMP should be properly mentioned there. Because otherwise everybody will be thinking that these are the directors and authorized signatories.
Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me discuss internally about this.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Sir, we are taking lot many efforts on CSBF, and let me share with you, NIRC chairman is present here. Can I see the NIRC chairman or anyone from NIRC?
आप क्या मनीष विजिबिलिटी या इनविजिबल भी सोच लेते हो क्या बोलने वाला हूँ मैं
सर आपका ही शागिर्द हूँ, क्या करूँ?
थोड़ा मैं इसे मॉडिफाई कर देता हूँ
ठीक है।
ये जो आप अवार्ड दे रहे हैं पीसीएस फंड्स को और कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस अवार्ड के साथ साथ जिन हमारे कंपनी सेक्रेटरीज को यहाँ बुलाते हैं कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस अवार्ड भी देते हैं, क्या हम इसमें अच्छा हो कि एक बात और ऐड कर सकें कि जो भी कंपनी सेक्रेटरी इसी भी रूप में आते हैं उनके एम्प्लॉइज कंपनी सेक्रेटरी भी सीएसबीएफ के क्वालिफिकेशन पास करके आए। अगर आप उसको प्रेफरेंस देंगे अवार्ड देने में तो वो ये दिस कैन बी एडेड वन क्राइटेरिया, ये में से इंडिविजुअल सीएसआर हो जाएगी
सर।
सोशल सिक्योरिटी के बेस पर।
इट्स अ वेरी गुड सजेशन आई वुड से, बट दिस कैन ओनली बी पार्क्ड फॉर 2 awards. One, the best secretarial audit award, and second, the best PCS firm. Because all other awards for the corporates, not per se for the
नहीं, कॉर्पोरेट्स के अंदर आप जोरी से बात करके या क्वेश्चन में डाल सकते हैं कि उनके जो कंपनी सेक्रेटरी एम्प्लॉइज हैं या स्टाफ में है दे शुड बी सीएसबीएफ मेंबर, उसका नंबर आप ज्यादा दे सकते हैं।
श्योर सर, श्योर सर।
थैंक यू।
आई विल प्लेस दिस पर्टिकुलर रिक्वेस्ट बिफोर द
और
jury.
मे आई रिक्वेस्ट यू, कैन यू मेक एन अपील टू ऑल द प्रेजेंट हियर कि दे आज प्रॉमिस करें ईच वन ब्रिंग वन सीएसबी मेंबर, अपने दोस्त को ढूंढे अगर उनसे प्यार करते हैं वो तो उनको सीएसबी का मेंबर बनवाएं।
मैं कर देता हूं सर
जी, थैंक यू।
I just wanted to share with you all that for a noble cause of CSBF, just yesterday only I was in Rajkot, and there was a program for the inaugural of Rajkot premises, and I'm really happy and elated to share with you all that WIRC, Western India Regional Council of ICSI, has donated a sum of 5,01,000 rupees to CSBF. I'm sure this will be an inspiration to all other regional councils. They will come forward and support this noble cause of CSBF. At the same time, I would like to request each member who is present here to please come forward and become a member of CSBF. This is not for you. This is for your family member. This is for your loved ones. If you really care, if you really love your family, एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट आता था ना, जो पत्नी से करे प्यार वो हॉकिंग्स को कैसे करे। आई एम नॉट ब्रांड एम्बेसडर ऑफ हॉकिंग्स, प्लीज। हॉकिंग्स से कैसे करे इनकार, तो ऐसे ही है जो फैमिली से करे प्यार वो सीएसबीएफ को कैसे करे इनकार। तो आप सही में अगर अपनी फैमिली से प्यार करते हैं तो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट ईच वन ऑफ यू टू काइंडली become a member of CSBF at the earliest. At the earliest. We are supporting. सर वो भी बनाएंगे ना, पहले अपने आप को तो बनाएं। Yes. Yes, ma'am. I hope I am clear in CSBF, and you all will become a member of CSBF very soon. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We still have few minutes to go. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for inviting all the shortlisted companies. It's a pleasure to be part of such a great forum for me.
Pleasure is all of us.
Thanks, sir. So while Ashish CS gave the background about how the award mechanism has been, personally, I would like to know that under each of the categories, if you would know which all, the count of the companies that had, been nominated, and while you have been giving the award to one and the appreciation to the second company, can we have like good, better, best, like 1, 2, and 3? So it's an motivation for the companies to move from the third position to second, or maybe from third to first. That's just a suggestion.
Okay. Okay. Well noted.
Thanks.
Well noted. Thank you very much. Anything on the students front? Anyone would like to ask anything with respect to the ICSI curriculum, students, membership, activities of the ICSI, apart from awards? See, we need to utilize this time. We all are waiting for the gracious presence of Om Birla Ji. So it's a opportunity for all of you. And at the same time, let me share with you all that I am left with only 13 days as president. So that would be my last opportunity to have open house with all the members present here. So let us utilize this opportunity. Yes, bhai.
Sir, my three issues are there. First,
Three?
Yes.
By God.
My first issue is whenever we go to NCLT Delhi, our trainees are not allowed to enter that premises. Only in NCLT Delhi, not Chandigarh, not NCLET. So my concern is that if request may be, earlier they were allowing just 3 months before, but from the last 3 months they are not allowing to enter our CS trainees to the premises. And this is also a part of the training. Those who are undergoing training with us, they are not able to enter the NCLT premises to see the entire proceeding. This is my first concern. Second concern is that SS1 is there, SS2 is there. When we can expect SS3?
Okay.
And my third question is the way you have given award for secretarial audit. Can we expect another award for MGT8?
MGT8? Okay. Thank you for raising your valid concerns. Let me answer each one of them. The very first issue is related to the entry of trainees, particularly at the NCLT Delhi, right? So that concern is already being raised with the registrar of NCLT. We have already given our representation in this particular regard. And we are waiting for the time of Honorable President NCLT. And this particular situation would be, will make him aware about this particular situation that was allowed earlier and all of a sudden that was restricted. So we are taking up with the NCLT in this regard. So very soon the result would be there. That is one. Second, yeah. Second, SS3, okay. SS3. SS3 is on dividend and SS4 are on the board report. Those are already there in the public domain. Those two standards, SS3 and SS4, are already formulated, already released by the ICSI. At the same time, any company can voluntarily follow those standards. As up to this time, it has no backing from Ministry of Corporate Affairs. That representation has also been given to the Secretary MCA, that we have already prepared and formulated SS3 and SS4. So let us see how much time it is going to take. But yes, those SS3 and SS4 are already there in the public domain. Each one of you can follow it anytime on voluntary basis. The last one is for MGT8. Let me park this with the CLGC committee to discuss and deliberate whether we can have that award, institute that award in the years to come or not. Thank you very much for your suggestions. Yes, Ritu. I hope this is not going to be the same question which you has asked to Patnaik sir.
Hello. Yeah, it was a different topic, and since we are now addressing you, the president of ICSI, so thank you so much for having us here. And recently I had come across a flyer that any member of the ICSI can become a member of CISI. So I just tried to find how we can do it, but I could not get through it. Now I've got the golden opportunity to talk to you in this august presence of everyone. So please,
yes.
if you could throw some light.
See, Institute is having many MOUs with other agencies. Those agencies could be the national agencies which are at the India level and the international agencies which are at the international level. So CISI is one of such agencies which is into the security market. And that MOU is there with the institute and the CISI, wherein all the members of the institute can also become the members without entering into any examination or prior qualification or training. any member of the institute can also become the member of CISI UK, London, UK, right? So that opportunity is always there with all the members. And what exactly this CISI is doing, I would request Secretary to kindly brief.
No, I think President has briefed it well. I'll get back to you with your email because you can the concerned directorate will give you the reply. But what the President said is that why we released that flyer was both myself and President, we were attending the tax conference in Dubai. You know, the UAE tax conference. So while we were there, one of my earlier trainees, when I was practicing, I had a trainee, a CS trainee. He was there in Dubai. So I met him and he said he just applied for membership just by paying the fee. And he got the membership. Because of that, he got promotion in Dubai. So I said, why are we not utilizing this opportunity, which we have entered so many years back? So then we researched through it further. And he said that that opportunity is there. That is, again, as President said, is on the securities aspects only that certification is given. But we don't need to write any examination. That is an international qualification being recognized on the basis of ICSI's qualification. So I will ask the concerned directorate, kindly, International Affairs, kindly take note of it and please contact her and give her the details.
If you are really looking for the global opportunities, so that is the degree which can be availed, can be have in your domain as well, because there would be no examination, no training, nothing as such. The only thing required is the annual membership fees of that institution as well, which is required to be paid.
Thank you so much for replying to my query. But the number also provided here, I would like to mention, because I just tried to call them, so it was not reachable, maybe because they are having a holiday
So someone
this time.
from the team would reach you.
Yeah,
No
thank
worries.
you so much. Thank
We have started with the outreach, so we'll be reaching out to the people who are really looking to have something from the institute. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, one more question may I ask? At the time of audit of MGT8, since there has been tremendous changes from 2013 to up till now, and the format of MGT8 is still same. There are so many changes which whenever we find some violations, so we face difficulty with the corporates in highlighting the same. For example, whenever we want to highlight some violations of CSR, we face difficulty in mentioning the same. Same is the way of Section 89 with respect to declaration of beneficial owner.
I got your point.
And the same is Section 90 and others.
I got your point. Let me answer this. See, MGT8 has few dedicated points which are captured by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs in the year 2013 itself, right? Now there is a need to review, relook on the format of MGT8. So that representation has already been given to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We have also given one representation which is very close to each one of our heart, particularly to the company secretaries in practice. We have already given a representation. We are in discussion with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs with respect to introducing one more certificate like MGT8 for the small companies. Now the limit of small companies has been raised. And we are not saying that we are looking for the new opportunity, new recognition for the company secretaries. We are only saying that it would be in terms of governance, in terms of those ethical standards, those MGT8A, like MGT7, they have introduced MGT7A for the smaller companies. We have suggested them to have MGT8A for those small companies, so that some governance, some check, something should be there from an independent professional at the grassroots level, so that there should not be any non-compliance, non-governance in those small companies, because they are totally unaware about the provisions of the Act, about the compliances, about the governance. So we have suggested this particular thing, but I'm not very sure when this particular representation would be accepted by MCA, because as of now, MCA is moving towards the ease of doing business. This is always add to the cost to the small companies. So we are in discussion with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Let's see how far we can travel on it and when it will be introduced in the days to come. So before we go further, let me introduce and acknowledge the presence of Meenakshi ji, Honorable Official Liquidator Delhi. She is here with us today. I also acknowledge the presence of Assistant Director Mansi ji. She is in the e-governance cell at Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion, ma'am.
Sir, I have a suggestion.
Yeah, please, ma'am. I was waiting for it.
Sir, I am posted as official liquidator New Delhi. I was transferred from Chennai as a joint director. When I was there in RDSR, so actually now we have a very huge shortage of staff. So we found it very difficult to get the work done. With
Official liquidator, Delhi?
In RDSR, I am saying. In official liquidator, I have a sufficient staff.
Okay.
But still, I have full-time company secretary in my office. I have taken 4 people with the permission of the Honorable High Court. They are doing excellent job in my office. But my request is, sir, you have stopped that 15 days training in ROCs, no?
15 days training.
But I feel that can be introduced, sir. At least if they work for 1 month in ROC office and 1 month in regional director office, they will get a good experience, sir. Because the work structure in ROC is different and in RD office it is different, regional director office, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am,
Yes,
for raising this concern, and I really appreciate the
Yes,
way
sir.
you have put forward your concern with respect to RD, SIRO.
No, any RD, sir. There
Any
are
RD,
7 RDs are there. You can post, because the government is giving, ministry is giving young professionals at a salary of some 40,000. But
Yes.
nowadays, getting young professionals taking time. I don't know what is the problem. But I feel if you give the trainees, no, sir, we will train them nicely and they also get expertise knowledge. And it is also useful to ROC and RD officer because of the huge shortage of staff.
Yes.
So if we give one month, no, sir, we can assign a particular work and they can get trained and we can also get benefit out of it.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful suggestion. We will surely place it before the council because the then council has decided to discontinue with this 15 days training in the new curriculum of the training structure.
Yes.
So we'll surely discuss this in the council meeting. And if anything positive has to be there, we'll surely communicate it with you. And at the same time, there is only a restriction with respect to the 15 days training as of now.
Yes,
They can anytime be hired for a longer duration, for 6 months, 12 months,
Yes,
15 months. They can anytime be hired for the longer duration.
Yes.
There is no restriction with respect to the regulators. They can have any number of trainees
But
in
if
their
you make it
organization.
mandatory, no, sir, then we need not make a request. They will automatically come and they
We'll
will
look
do
into
it.
this, ma'am. We'll
Thank
surely
you.
look into this.
Thank
And
you,
your another point with respect to the 40,000 for the young professionals, and you are not getting those professionals nowadays. Let me share with you, ma'am, that nowadays the fresher, our fresher companies, I'm only talking about the company secretaries as of now. Our company secretary professors are getting more than 50,000 to start with. So that is the only reason people are not at all inclined and coming to the regulator side for the young professional scheme. So something required to be discussed, deliberated at the MCA level, wherein that scale can be little bit increased so that to accommodate the young professionals in the days to come. SEBI has already increased that scale. And at our institute also we have increased that scale. So that might be the reason people are not getting into the regulator side. So we'll surely communicate it to the young professionals. They should come
Thank
to
you,
you and...
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Hi, Manish.
I also acknowledge the presence of Avishkar Nayak. He is from NSC. Avishkar ji. He is from NSC and always supporting the endeavors of ICSI. Thank you, Avishkar ji, for gracing the occasion. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. It was exactly 5 years back I came to the institute with an idea. I was at Stanford doing my Master of Law in Corporate Governance. And Stanford has a director's college. I would encourage you to go back to their website and look at it. It's called Stanford Directors College, under the aegis of the Rock Center of Corporate Governance, which is run by the Stanford Law School and the Stanford Graduate Business School. When I was there for a year,
I got this idea as to why we cannot have a directors college in India of the stature of Stanford Directors College, because we are talking so much about familiarization for directors, induction for directors, creating contemporary knowledge, research, etc., etc. And I thought it's probably best for the Institute of Company Secretaries of India and an institution like the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs, which are two arms of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, to actually set up a ICSI or IICA, ICSI Directors College to run various courses which are credible. Today you've got a lot of private people who run these courses, make money, but there is absolutely no depth. I get called to many of these conferences. I get called to many of these master classes. I don't accept any of those invites because it's more of marketing, less of depth. We need to focus on depth. We need to focus on knowledge, not on fame, not on visibility. If we are deep in our knowledge, we will be visible someday. So, when I tried to connect ICSI to Stanford, I obviously went in on a circle, and then I lost interest. I don't know. I know that the council is for 3 years, the president is for 1 year. That's our structure. My request is we keep that structure away. And in the interest of the institute, and in the interest of governance, if you can consider setting up an ICSI Directors College, I'm sure all of us can come and contribute directly and even indirectly by getting our CEOs, our chairmen, audit committee chairs, NRC chairs. And I think ICSI can attract some of these people because at the end of the day, you are, or we are, an arm of the government. I'm proposing this again. I'm happy to help with that initiative. But if we can translate it into reality, we cannot keep discussing and go nowhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful suggestion. Big round of applause for him. So let me share with you the activities of ICSI on this particular proposal which you have just put forward. Sir, now the institute is working aggressively on the infrastructure development at various levels. We have our CCGRT Belapur Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, which is fully operational. We do have CCGRT Hyderabad. Now all such buildings which have residential complexes would be named as CCGRT. So CCGRT Hyderabad is fully operational. Few days back only we have inaugurated CCGRT Kolkata. It's a wonderful building, piece of constructed on a piece of land of around 2 acres and having a residential facility for 50 people at the same time, an auditorium for 300 people, right? Now we are working on CCGRT Manesar, which would be like very soon the construction would be completed on that. So this is just a step towards those activities to be carried out by the institution. Another thing, as per the regulation of ICSI, we are there to develop and regulate the profession of the company secretaries. That is the, I would say, the blessing as well as the disguise at the same time, because we need to carry our operation within those development and regulation of the profession of the company secretaries only. So we have carved out, I would say, an alternate to it, that we are now having 5 wholly owned. I would not say subsidiary because we are not having the stature of the company. Ours is the trust. So wholly owned companies, Section 8 companies. One such company is in the field of IBC, IPA. Another company is for the valuation RVO. The next company is for the social auditors. Very recently, we have come out with the arbitration mechanism, wherein we will be launching our ADR centers in the days to come at all across India. So one company is there for it. Today, we have released a flyer. Just few minutes back, we have released a flyer for the Institute of Governance Professionals of India. So that company is, now the name has been changed to the Institute of Governance Professionals of India. And the objectives of that company is to have those courses, those capacity building, those sessions for the directors particularly, wherein the lot many small private organizations or the companies are entering into that area. So that would be carried out by the institute through IGPI, which is the Institute of Governance Professionals of India. So we will be looking for your support in that endeavor, and I'm sure that your support and all the support of other individuals who are sitting here would be there with us in this particular endeavor of ICSI. And very soon, we'll be launching the courses for the directors, not the residential one. We'll be starting with the pilot project to have those capacity building courses. And soon that would be converted into the residential courses in the days to come. So your ideas is well appreciated, and would request you to kindly share the modus operandi and how we can have those streamlining of those courses in our domain. So we'll be looking for your help in this.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy to do that.
Sir, at the same time, we are organizing many programs with the regulators. NHRD is one such agency who is requesting ICSI on various occasions to have those capacity building programs for their employees, for the independent directors, for the senior members of their organizations. And in the month of February, we are going to have one capacity building program for the company secretaries who are working with the government companies, PSUs, and that is instructed by the Department of Public Enterprises. So we'll be having those programs. And in the same line, those programs would be conducted for the independent directors of the public sector undertakings. So that is already there in the domain. We are doing it on the request of the regulators per se, but very soon we'll be starting with the commercial activity through IGPI. Although commercial can't be done because those are the Section 8 companies, but at least we can have those kickstart of the things and the activities at the ICSI level. Yes, very soon we are going to have a orientation program for the new joinees which are there in the organization HPCL. With all respect, I am naming that organization. HPCL has approached ICSI for the residential capacity building and orientation program for their new joinees. And very soon we are going to kickstart with the things in IGPI only. So something which is required to be done apart from the institute, apart from the members and students, that can be done only through the subsidiaries. So we have already started with it.
I'm not too concerned about the structure, how it is going to be done or who is going to do it. I think the concept is important and the execution is important. There is a great opportunity, and I think ICSI, given its stature of an institution of national importance, should seize it and not leave it to few private players who are really very aggressive in their advertisement and have no depth.
Got your point, sir. Well appreciated. Sir. You can speak on the mic, Praveen ji.
Sir, social audit. We are still not received the recognition of social auditor, although we are registered for last 1 year. So what is the progress?
Okay. See, that social audit is a very new baby within the domain of SEBI. SEBI has started with the concept of listing of NGOs. for the very first time. Up to this time, I think only one or two such entities is listed. And as per the regulation, as per the guideline, if you could see that only one institution has been recognized up to this time. And we have requested SEBI on various occasions that ICSI should also be given a same recognition in terms of registering those social auditors. And our members should also be allowed to do those social audit and impact assessment for the social organizations. So very soon that would be notified. We have an assurance, verbal assurance from the regulator. And on that basis only, I can say that very soon it would be notified. Avishkar ji is here. He can vouch for it. And this is the discussion we have up to this time. At the same time, we are working on the social organization framework, which is being formulated by all the three institutions together, CA, CWA, and CS institution. We had n numbers of meeting together, and we have formulated one framework for the social auditors. Very soon it would be released by the SEBI itself. So I have got the information that he is on his way to the venue, and very soon he would be joining with us. And in the meantime, I can take one or two questions more if you are having any such questions with you, or otherwise, sir. Or in the meanwhile, we can start with the releases because he would be here only for few minutes. So we can have those releases and other formalities done before he arrives.
Sir, when you say small companies, that would include OPCs?
Yes, sir.
It would.
OPCs are always part of the small companies.
And the NGOs who are now registered under, Section 8, they would also be in that category, or?
So Section 8 is altogether a different category. They are not falling under this small or OPC.
Okay. Sir, one question which causes some doubts or sometimes, is a overlapping. एक बार लगता है कि समझ गए, फिर लगता है थोड़ा confusion होता है. CSR is already there for last almost now 9 to 10 years. और अभी एक उसका छोटा भाई आ गया है और ESG भी आ गया साथ में.
सर ESG उसका बड़ा भाई है.
अच्छा वो बड़ा भाई है, चलिए.
वो बाद में आया है लेकिन उससे बड़ा हो जाएगा.
लेकिन उसकी जो रिपोर्टिंग है या उसकी जो भी अभी आने वाले समय में हाउ टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन द टू, जब भी उसमें भी CSR में ऑलरेडी वो सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी था और कंपनीज हु आर फॉलोइंग द सस्टेनेबिलिटी, तो सस्टेनेबिलिटी जो 3 पिलर्स हैं उसमें भी सोशल एनवायरनमेंट इकोनॉमिक्स इज देयर. फिर ये ESG भी आ गया अभी. आई मीन द एनुअल रिपोर्टिंग ऑल्सो, द प्रेशर्स ऑन द कंपनीज is increasing, and at the same time the interpretation and understanding and differentiating, if you can explain in a very simple way, sir, both ESG versus CSR and related things.
Sir, I am not the fit person to explain the difference between these two, but from my understanding only, I can revert on this. CSR is for the social cause only, wherein 2% is required to be spent by the profit-making companies, those who are having a profit of more than 5 crores in last 3 years. They are required to spend 2% of their profits on social activities. Those activities are very well formulated and prescribed under the Companies Act and the rules thereunder. ESG is much wider. ESG is much wider, wherein it is based on the global standards. It is based on the international practices, and it is covering 3 aspects. One is environment, then social, and third is governance. Whatsoever we are doing up to this time, these are the corporate governance awards, right? Governance is also going to be a small part of it. CSR, again, the social activity is again going to be a small part of it, which would be clubbed with the environment as well. SEBI has started with the BRSR reporting for top 1,000 companies as of now in the terms of market capital. He is here? Okay. 2 minutes. So I've been informed that Om Birla ji is here, about to reach in next 2-3 minutes. So we need to conclude. I hope I have answered your concern. BRSR reporting is already there for top 1,000 companies, and very soon SEBI is going to making it mandatory for other companies as well. And MC is also in discussion to introduce the BRSR reporting for the healthy practices and governance practices for the bigger companies particularly. So that is all from my side. Thank you very much for patience hearing. A big round of applause for each one of you for participating in this interactive session. So would request to kindly continue with the program, and let me go and welcome our chief guest. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Om Birla is going to be joining us shortly. There was a meeting in which he was there, and just got over. The information, what we have is he's started from the place of the meeting. He's on his way, and he's going to be shortly joining us. So we're just taking time to set the stage towards it, and then we'll have the awards presentation ceremony. देवी सजनों, आप सभी की करतल ध्वनि के बीच कृतज्ञता की गहरी भावना के साथ अति सम्मानपूर्वक स्वागत करते हैं हमारे मुख्य अतिथि आदरणीय श्री ओम बिरला जी का। माननीय लोकसभा अध्यक्ष, उनका हार्दिक स्वागत। और आप सभी को पुनः नमस्कार और सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत आज के इस विशेष कार्यक्रम में, विशेष पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह में, जिसमें कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस में उत्कृष्टता के लिए 23वें ICSI राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कार प्रदान किए जाएंगे। और देवी सज्जनों, जब हम कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, मेरे ख्याल से आप सभी इस बात से एग्री करेंगे कि आज के समय में कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस का महत्व और अधिक बढ़ जाता है, और विशेष रूप से तब जब हम एक सतत विकास के साथ, समावेशी और पर्यावरण अनुकूल विकास के साथ एक नए भारत के निर्माण की परिकल्पना कर रहे हैं और भारत को 2047 तक एक विकसित भारत बनाने की यात्रा पर आगे अग्रसर हैं। And a new India definitely requires businesses which are economically and financially more robust and vibrant, but then at the same time also environmentally more responsible, socially more conscious and aware. और ICSI इन पुरस्कारों के माध्यम से ये attributes, ये एथिक्स, ये मॉरल्स को सम्मानित करता आया है। तो आज जब हम ये पुरस्कार दे रहे हैं, सिर्फ कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस को सम्मानित नहीं कर रहे हैं, पर उन प्रिंसिपल्स को सम्मानित कर रहे हैं जो एक महान राष्ट्र को और एक विकसित भारत के निर्माण में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रहेंगी। और हम विशेष रूप से आभार व्यक्त करना चाहेंगे हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि श्री ओम बिरला जी का, जिन्होंने अपना कीमती समय हमें दिया। उनकी गरिमामय उपस्थिति से यकीनन हमारा पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह और सम्मानित हुआ है, गौरवान्वित हुआ है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। और आप सभी की तालियों के बीच में मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित करती हूँ श्री ओम बिरला जी को, साथ साथ हमारे प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, हमारे सभी टॉर्च बेयरर्स, उनका, हमारे सेक्रेटरी, सभी का मंच पर यहाँ स्वागत है। और सभी की तरफ से विशेष रूप से आभार व्यक्त करने के लिए मैं निवेदन करती हूँ CS मनीष गुप्ता जी से, प्रेसिडेंट ICSI, कि वह श्री ओम बिरला जी को सम्मानित करें एक शॉल भेंट कर। और हम सभी की तरफ से आभार व्यक्त करते हुए एक पौधे के माध्यम से भी उनका स्वागत, जो हमारे एक संकल्प है सतत विकास की तरफ, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की तरफ। और आज के इस विशेष अवसर पर एक विशेष स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर एक बार पुनः हमारे मुख्य अतिथि को आभार। gratitude, appreciation. धन्यवाद सर. और अब मैं ICSI के उपाध्यक्ष वाइस प्रेसिडेंट CSB नरसिम्हन जी को आमंत्रित करती हूँ उनके स्वागत उद्बोधन के लिए.
Respected Sri Om Birla ji, Speaker of the Honorable Parliament of India, Sri Manish Gupta, President ICSI, Mr. Dhananjay Shukla, my colleague in the Council, Mr. Ashish Mohan, Secretary, other dignitaries of the dais, my Council colleagues, and other invitees who are present over here, and dear members. I've been allotted exactly 5 minutes to share about a legacy that has been around with us for more than 20 years. It's indeed a very arduous and a very difficult task. It is an activity which usually takes a major part of the entire year, but is eagerly awaited by the companies, the corporates, entities across the nation. Although the Secretary ICSI has shared the entire process of the agenda, awards, segments and categories and what goes into making these awards a grand success, I have been allocated a different role. It takes us about 6 months to reach this stage. This day, before we welcome our guests, we invite the India Inc. and we solicit the presence of our own members, and in the said company, we recognize the corporates for their fabulous work. But more than the time taken during the entire process, a significant role player is the number of hands on the deck that provide us with the much needed support in taking this baton forward. Each award has a dedicated designated expert group. The group comprises members of the industry, academia, the profession, and to our delight, each year, as we ring in their phones, all the members happily agree to be part of this journey, taking time out of their busy schedule, flying in and joining us from all parts of the country for a day-long, sometimes even days-long meetings and deliberations, only to finalize the questionnaire. All this makes our heart swell with pride. Since I would not be able to make the names of all these 50 people to be announced here, our heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your silent contribution. If ICSI boasts of taking this legacy forwards in the last 23 years, it is because of the combined efforts of many people. Once the questionnaire are put in public place, it is your corporates who make our efforts worthwhile by participating wholeheartedly in this event. Our processes, being quite rigorous, require our experts making phone calls to the independent directors for the CG Awards, conducting field visits for the CSR Awards, and our immense thanks to all these people who have understood the sanctity of these awards and pursued these activities with utmost diligence. You wouldn't believe that their evaluations have been major game changers in our journey, giving our clear-cut message that actions must match with the words. Another commendation goes to the officials of the regulatory authorities who offer us information as and when solicited, only to solidify the foundations of our decisions. You know what delights us even more, even now and then, the phone calls that we receive in between these months asking for status of the awards from the participants. They prove to us that even you are eagerly awaiting for the results, which will be announced soon. What stands between our shortlisted companies and the trophies here is the jury. It has been an understanding with us that the task of making me left with the decision makers only. And it is for this reason that the chair of the jury is commanded by a former Chief Justice of India. This year, we had amongst us the Honorable Justice Sri Tirath Singh Thakur, joining him in this process for the corporate honchos, heads of the regulatory authorities, apart from academia, institutions, even industry association. Agreed that it is a difficult task to have a meeting of minds with such a varied group, but you all would agree that if such a varied group reaches a consensus, then there would not be an iota of doubt on the decision being reached. No words of appreciation can truly portray the gratitude which we have in our hearts for all of them. Friends, We began these awards in the year 2001, knowing the fact that the recognition is important for motivation, but definitely not knowing that you would be creating history and building a legacy. What followed for a long time was tweaking here and there in the categories, but things have changed with changing regulatory legislature scenario. In 2019, that we made the distinction between listed and unlisted companies and initiated the process of awarding those companies under 3 separate categories: large, medium, and small. In 2016, we launched the ICSI CSR Awards. In 2019, we rolled out the ICSI Best Secretarial Audit Report. In 2021, we launched the ICSI Best PCS Firm Award. And I'm sure with the deliberation which took place here, a few more awards will be coming up the next year as well. In 2022, we had started with the ICSI Business Responsibility and Sustainability Award. My heartiest congratulations to the entire India Inc. and all our participating companies for the 23rd edition of ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance, and for this thought of outdoing themselves before competing with the rest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a comprehensive account of the awards and setting the tone and the context towards this presentation ceremony. And now we invite the insightful and visionary views of the President ICSI. I would like to request CS Manish Gupta ji to kindly deliver his presidential address.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, Shri Om Birla ji, Chief Guest for the 23rd Corporate Governance Award ceremony hosted by ICSI. Vice President ICSI, my Central Council colleagues on the dais, Secretary ICSI, past presidents of the Institute, past Secretary of the Institute, secretaries who are present here, all awardees who are going to get the awards, other participants, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. At the outset, I welcome you all on behalf of ICSI to this award function. And we are really fortunate to have a gracious presence of Shri Om Birla ji on this occasion. Thank you very much, sir, from core of our heart for gracing the occasion and accepting our request to be a chief guest for the award function. Thank you for gracing the occasion, sir. Friends, this journey of awards was started way back in the year 2001, when one of the former president, Dr. Jagmohan Rao, has conceptualized this idea. And unfortunately, just yesterday only he expired and he is no longer with us. But he is visionary. He has instituted these awards, and this journey would continue for many years to come. I am very much sure in that. Let me appreciate the efforts and the contribution given by Honorable Justice, former Justice T.S. Thakurji, jury chair. He was very categorized in his approach and very much eager to participate in this award function. And when we had our jury meeting, he has suggested many way outs and to improvise these awards. And we have given an assurance to Thakurji that we will be having those suggestions to be there in the next year's awards going forward. Sir, let me share with you the award process, although that has already been briefed by the Vice President. Whenever we are inviting those nominations from the corporates for the award ceremony, there is an expert panel, those who are formulating those questionnaire for the participants who are going to be participating in various categories. Then the screening committee has to decide upon the questions and the answers given by the participants. Then there is an interaction with the independent directors, with the board of directors, auditors, regulators. Based on the feedback given by them, it is being presented before the jury, and jury has to consider each and everything before announcing, before deciding any such awardee in all those categories. Many congratulations to all the awardees who are going to get the award today by the hands of our Honorable Speaker, Lok Sabha, Om Birla ji. Friends, the good practices has to be established at the ground level, And we have started with these awards in the year 2001. And let me share with you all that. There are many things which are there in the corporates which they are following up, which are voluntarily adopted by those corporates. We have come out with a brilliant idea that was shared by the Secretary a few minutes back, that we are coming out with the corporate governance from compliance to excellence. That booklet, that book, which has a summary of the good ideas, summary of the good practices which are being adopted by the best governed companies, which can be implemented at all the levels, at all the companies. And that is going to be a good book to be there in your libraries, to be followed very rigorously by each and every company secretary going forward. Up to this time, we have 1.0 and 2.0 of that edition. Very soon, we are going to have the 3.0 based on the good practices which we have decided and judged in these awards only. Sir, let me share with you all that our institution is the largest body of the governance professional, and we are the most humbly having the largest number of the company secretaries in the entire world. If I say there are only 105,000 company secretaries or the governance professional available in the entire world, and today the Company Secretaries Institution of India is leading with more than 72,000 members. Sir, at the same time, as we are leading in the space of the governance, we have started with a unique initiative. The entire world is nowadays working on ESG and sustainability. We are in touch, we are in talks with all the governance institutions across the world. We have constituted a small team of governance institutions wherein the president and the nominees from those governance institutions are there. We have started working on the international sustainability standards. And very soon those standards would be out, would be there for the public comments. And I am happy to share with you all that your institute has taken a lead and playing a leading role in formulating those international sustainability standards, which would be there as a guiding force for all the corporates and all the company secretaries in the days to come. At the same time, sir, this year we have constituted another board at the ICSI, which is named as Governance and Compliance Board of ICSI. It is being chaired by one of our former president, Ranjit Pandey. And the idea and the intent of having this particular board at ICSI is to have standards, particularly for those regulations, those acts, those legislations wherein there is no regulator as such. I'm really happy to share with you all that we have started working on one such regulation or the legislation which is very much there in the practice, which were there in each and every corporate has to comply with those provisions. But when it comes to the compliances, there are only few precedents available, wherein there are only few decided case laws which are available as a precedents. Anyone can guess which act or regulation I am talking about? So let me share. This is the POSH Act, which is a very small in terms of the pages or the section. But if you talk about the compliance, that is going to be a hectic exercise for the compliance officers or the governance professionals. So we have formulated the standards on POSH that your council is going to adopt those standards in the ensuing council meeting. And very soon those POSH standards would be there for the public comments. And I'm sure going forward, every professional and every corporate at every level would be benefited with this small endeavor of ICSI, which is a little away from the secretarial practices, but yes, it is for the governance, it is for the compliances at all the grassroots level. Once again, many congratulations to all the awardees who are going to get the awards today. And thank you very much for your participation. I once again thank our chief guest, Om Birla ji, for gracing this occasion. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Jai Hind, Jai ICSI. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for reinforcing the enthusiasm and zeal for effective governance with your address and also citing the vision and mission of ICSI. And और जो नई पहल आपके नेतृत्व में ICSI ले रहा है, उसके बारे में भी हमें जानकारी देने का. आगे बढ़ते हुए देवी सज्जनों, towards greater dissemination of again information and the initiatives which ICSI is taking, we now have the release of 7 publications at the hands of Shri Om Birla ji. I would like to request our President ICSI to kindly facilitate it and request Shri Om Birla ji to kindly release these publications. The first is Company Law, Exploring Procedural Dimensions. Request CS Pavan Chandak and CS Suresh Pandey, the Central Council members, also to please join as we have this release of this book, this publication. This practical-oriented publication, ladies and gentlemen, is being brought out in view of increasing emphasis on adherence to compliance norms, coupled with the fact that significant amendments that have taken place in the Companies Act 2013 since its inception, a comprehensive knowledge pertaining to the procedural aspects of the company law now need to become essential. This book is being brought out through the Professional Research and Publications Committee of the Institute, chaired by CS Pavan G. Chandak. Would also like to thank CS Rupanjana De, Council Member Eastern Region, CS Suresh Pandey, Council Member Northern Region, CS Venkataramana Rajayolu, Council Member Southern Region, and CS Rajesh C. Tarpara and CS Ashish Karudia. We now have the release of the next publication, Charter of Board of Directors, and I would like to invite CS NPS Chawla and CS Rupanjana De, the Central Council members, to please join. The importance of the functions discharged by the board has laid the foundation for articulating this charter, comprising legal, regulatory, as well as desirable good practices to be followed by the board of directors while discharging their responsibilities. We next have the release of the Charter of Nomination and Remuneration Committee. The release of the Charter of Nomination and Remuneration Committee would like to invite CS Praveen Soni and CS Rajesh Tarpara, the Central Council members, to please join as we have this release. The importance of the functions discharged by the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, NRC, has laid the foundation for articulating this charter, comprising legal, regulatory, as well as desirable good practices to be followed by NRC while discharging its responsibilities. We thank all the members of the Secretarial Standards Board for the formulation of these charters of Board of Directors and the NRC, particularly CS Nagendra D. Rao, Chairman SSB, CS Praveen Soni, CS Suresh Pandey, Central Council members on SSB, CS S. Sudhakar, Group Convener, CS Deep Manisha, representative of SEBI, and all the members of the subgroup constituted for this purpose. We next have the release of the guidance note on annual secretarial compliance report. Invite CS Ashish Karudia and CS Vineet Chaudhary, the Central Council members, to please join. The guidance note on the annual secretarial compliance report was issued by ICSI in the year 2019. In order to provide updated guidance to the members of ICSI, it has been decided to publish the revised edition of the guidance note on annual secretarial compliance report, and the same is being released now for the benefits of the professional fraternity. We thank for the valuable contribution the Auditing Standards Board for the formulation of these revised guidance note, particularly CS Vineet K. Chaudhary, Chairman ASB, CS Manoj Kumar Podbe, CS Rajesh C. Tarpara, CS R. Venkataramana, CS Rupanjana De, Council members. We also acknowledge CSB Narasimhan, Vice President, for his valuable contribution. We now have the release of the MSME Ready Reckoner. Invite CS Sandeep Kejriwal and CS C. Dwarkanath ji to please join the Central Council members. In furtherance of its commitment, the ICSI, with the intent of aiding both the MSMEs and the company secretaries alike, may I also request CS Rajiv Bajaj to please join. CS Rajiv Bajaj, may I request you, sir? The publication, ladies and gentlemen, developed under the guidance of MSME and Startup Board, chaired by CS Rajiv Bajaj, who joins us now, touches upon some of the most significant areas concerning the MSMEs and seeks to add to the government's agenda of promoting ease of doing business. We would like to mention that to serve this purpose, ICSI has formed the MSME and the Startup Board, rolled out the initiative MSME and Startup Catalyst, wherein company secretaries may serve as advisors to these MSMEs. And now we have the next two publications. I would like to invite for that CS Manoj Purbe and CS, once again, Dwarkanath Ji to please join. This is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, the 8th edition, which is being now released. This publication, which is updated up to November 2023, is a rare act which covers all the provisions of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, including the schedules and the notifications issued by the government. And we now have the release of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Rules and Regulations. It has been updated up to November 2023. This is the 8th edition, which we are going to be now releasing. May I request once again CS Manoj Purbe ji, also once again CSC Dwarkanath ji to please be there. This publication, updated up to November 2023, covers all the rules and regulations along with all the circulars and the guidelines issued by the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. These publications are finalized by the governing board of ICSI IIP under the chairmanship of Mr. P.K. Malhotra, Independent Director, ICSI IIP. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद श्री ओम बिरला जी का इन सभी पब्लिकेशंस को रिलीज़ करने का। और अब मैं आप सभी की तरफ से करबद्ध होकर निवेदन करती हूँ श्री ओम बिरला जी से कि अपने विचारों और अपने मार्गदर्शन से हमें लाभान्वित करें।
भारतीय कंपनी सचिव संस्थान के नेशनल अवार्ड और एक्सीलेंसी इन कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस 2023 पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह में ICSI संस्थान के अध्यक्ष मनीष गुप्ता जी, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बी नरसिंहन जी, सचिव आशीष मोहन जी, काउंसिल सदस्य धनंजय शुक्ला जी और भारतीय कंपनी सचिव संस्थान में सभी कॉरपोरेट जगत के सभी साथीगण, ICI के सभी सदस्यगण, गवर्नर काउंसिल के सदस्यगण, मैं आप सबको नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं। नववर्ष आपके प्रयासों से, आपके सहयोग से, आपके मार्गदर्शन से हम विकसित भारत के लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने में आगे बढ़ें और हमारा आर्थिक तंत्र मजबूत हो, पारदर्शितापूर्ण हो, जवाबदेही हो और जो आपकी महत्वपूर्ण जिम्मेदारी है कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस की, उस जिम्मेदारी को आप ठीक से निभा पाएं। महानुभावों, कॉरपोरेट गवर्नेंस की उत्कृष्टता में आपका बहुत बड़ा योगदान है और आपने अपने कार्यों से, अपनी पारदर्शी तरीका से, आर्थिक शुचिता से, उच्च मापदंडों से भारत की कंपनियों के अंदर पारदर्शिता है ताकि देश के आम उपभोक्ता, शेयर होल्डर, हितधारक सभी लोगों को इस पारदर्शिता का लाभ मिले। निश्चित रूप से आईसीआईसीआई के इस राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कार में जिन कॉरपोरेट जगत में पारदर्शिता लाने के लिए, नैतिक आचरण के मापदंड सुनिश्चित करने के लिए आपने जो महत्वपूर्ण कार्य किया है, उसके लिए मैं पुरस्कार प्राप्त करने वाले सभी पदाधिकारियों को, संस्थान के सभी सदस्यों को बधाई देता हूं, शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आईसीएस परिवार बहुत बड़ा परिवार है जिसमें 70,000 से ज़्यादा इसमें प्रैक्टिस करने वाले संस्थान के सदस्य हैं, 2.5 लाख से ज़्यादा विद्यार्थी हैं और विशेष रूप से भारत के कंपनी संस्थान में काम करने वाले लोग दुनिया के अंदर भी अलग अलग देशों के अंदर कॉरपोरेट जगत में पारदर्शिता आए, जवाबदेह आए, शुचिता आए, इसके लिए दुनिया के कई देशों के अंदर भी काम कर रहे हैं और इसलिए ये परिवार अब राष्ट्रीय नहीं, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर का परिवार हो चुका है। मुझे पता है कि जब भी मैं विदेश में जाता हूँ तो हमारे चाहे सीईओ हो, चाहे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी हो, इन लोगों का वहाँ के आर्थिक बदलाव में बहुत बड़ा योगदान है और कई संस्थाओं के अंदर तो वहाँ की महत्वपूर्ण पदों पर उस कंपनी को संचालित करने में उनका योगदान है और उनके प्रयासों से कंपनी में आर्थिक शुचिता तो आई है, पारदर्शिता भी आई है, लेकिन उनके प्रोफेशनल तरीके के कारण उस कंपनी को प्रॉफिट में लाने में भी उनका बहुत बड़ा योगदान है और इसीलिए इस संस्थान की पहचान अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर है और इसके साथ साथ इसकी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका भी आज पूरे देश में नहीं, पूरे विश्व के अंदर है। कंपनियों के अंदर अभी कई पेचीदगियां हैं, कानूनों में परिवर्तन होता रहता है, रूल्स में परिवर्तन होता रहता है। समय समय पर मैं अभी मनीष जी से कह रहा था, जब कानून में परिवर्तन हो तो हमारे संस्थान का ये कंट्रीब्यूशन होना चाहिए कि लोकतांत्रिक संस्थाओं में चुने हुए जनप्रतिनिधि को हम समय पर होने वाले मार्गदर्शन के अंदर सहयोग की भूमिका निभाएं। हर एक्ट में जो परिवर्तन होता है या नया एक्ट लाते हैं, नया कानून लाते हैं, उस समय जनप्रतिनिधि हर क्षेत्र में एक्सपर्ट नहीं होते। उस समय आप जैसे एक्सपर्ट लोगों की आवश्यकता है। अगर आप एक्सपर्ट लोग जनप्रतिनिधियों को सहयोग करो, उनकी कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करने में सहयोग करें और किस कानून के अंदर क्या पक्ष है, क्या उसका लंबे समय देश को, कंपनियों को शुचिता लाने में लाभ होगा और भारत के आर्थिक तंत्र को भी मजबूत कर पाएंगे, तो उस एक्ट के अंदर, उस कानून बनते समय अगर संसद और विधानसभाओं में तर्क के साथ डिबेट होगी, चर्चा होगी, तो बेहतर परिणाम आएंगे। कई बार सरकार कानून लाती है, कानून नौकरशाहों के द्वारा तैयार किया जाता है, लेकिन लेजिस्लेटिव ड्राफ्टिंग करते समय जो ब्यूरोक्रेटिक सिस्टम के लोग हैं वो बहुत अनुभवी नहीं होते, और लेजिस्लेटिव ड्राफ्टिंग के समय अगर एक कमी रह जाती है तो उसका बहुत लंबे समय तक प्रभाव पड़ता है। और इसीलिए मैं संसद में देखता हूं कि जब चर्चा हो तो विशेष रूप से जनप्रतिनिधि उस एक्ट को, उस कानून के अंदर जो कुछ भी धाराएं लाई जा रही है या बदलाव किया जा रहा है, हर सरकार की मंशा रहती है कि कानून पारदर्शितापूर्ण हो, कानून जवाबदेही हो, कानून के माध्यम से आर्थिक सुचिता है, हितधारकों का हित संरक्षण रहे और आर्थिक तंत्र भी हमारा तेजी से बढ़े। सरकार का ये प्रयास रहता है कि हम आर्थिक तंत्र को कैसे मजबूत और सुव्यवस्थित कर सकते हैं, कानून के दायरे में लाते हुए हम किस तरीके से हमारी आर्थिक गतिविधियों को, जो बढ़ती अर्थव्यवस्था को और तेजी से ला सके, ताकि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर भारत की प्रतिष्ठा बनी रहे और भारत की कंपनियों की प्रतिष्ठा बनी रहे। और इसलिए जब भारत की कंपनियों की प्रतिष्ठा बनी रहेगी, उसमें पारदर्शिता होगी, जवाबदेही होगी, सुचिता होगी, हितधारकों का अधिकार संरक्षण होगा, तो जितनी भी मल्टीनेशनल कंपनियां हैं उसमें अन्य देशों के लोग भी आर्थिक रूप से उसमें अपना हिस्सेदारी लेने का काम करेंगे, ताकि उनको पता होगा कि जो कंपनियों में मैं निवेश कर रहा हूं, मेरा निवेश, मेरा धन सुरक्षित है और ये कंपनी की आर्थिक स्थिति जैसी बताई जा रही है वैसी आर्थिक स्थिति है। इसलिए कानून बनते समय आपके संस्थान को विशेष रूप से, जब भी कानून बने और कानून बनते समय जब प्रचलित कानून को, जब आजकल तो कंप्यूटर आईटी का ज़माना है, टेक्नोलॉजी का ज़माना है, तो कानून की ड्राफ्टिंग को सबसे पहले जनता में प्रचलित करने के लिए डाला जाता है। उस समय हमारा प्रयास होना चाहिए कि उसमें हम सकारात्मक सहयोग दें, सकारात्मक मार्गदर्शन करें, ताकि एक बेहतरीन कानून बन सके। मैं कई बार देखता हूं कि कानून बनने के बाद कुछ दिनों बाद उसमें वापस संशोधन लाना पड़ता है, और इसलिए कोई कानून बनाते समय जितनी डिबेट होगी, चर्चा होगी, उतना ही बेहतरीन कानून बनेगा। इसलिए हमारे लोकतंत्र में मेरा मानना है कि हर कानून बनाते समय व्यापक चर्चा होनी चाहिए, संवाद होनी चाहिए, डिबेट होनी चाहिए, और विशेष रूप से जो हमारे माननीय सदस्य हैं वो कानून को समझकर तर्क संगत तरीके से डिबेट चर्चा करें। इसके लिए आपके सहयोग की मैं मानता हूं आवश्यकता है। आज दुनिया के अंदर भारत तेजी से बढ़ती अर्थव्यवस्था है और लोगों का विश्वास देश के अंदर इस बढ़ती व्यवस्था में और विश्वास जमा है। दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां भारत में निवेश करना चाहती हैं, और उस समय आपकी बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी बन जाती है कि हम कंपनी सेक्रेटरी के नाते उसको सही कानूनी सलाह दें, उचित मार्गदर्शन करें और कंपनी के अंदर पारदर्शिता लाने में हमारे प्रयास विशेष रूप से होते हैं। और इसीलिए टैक्सेशन प्रोसेस से लेकर तमाम चीज़ों के अंदर जो कुछ भी परिवर्तन हो रहा है, उस परिवर्तन में आपके सहयोग की विशेष रूप से मैं आवश्यकता मानता हूं। और इसीलिए आज के इस बदलते परिप्रेक्ष्य के अंदर मैं देख रहा हूं कि इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी का बहुत उपयोग हो रहा है। इसके दोनों तर्क होते हैं कि चाहे प्रौद्योगिकी का उपयोग हो, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का उपयोग हो, लेकिन उसमें उपयोग करते समय मानव संसाधन का कम उपयोग तो हो, लेकिन पारदर्शिता लाने के लिए आपके महत्वपूर्ण सहयोग की आवश्यकता पड़ती है। और इसीलिए हमारी कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि उस पारदर्शिता लाने में हम किस तरीके से बेहतरीन कानूनी सलाह दे सकते हैं। और मुझे याद है कि आज भारतीय कंपनियों की प्रतिष्ठा विश्व में बढ़ रही है और इसके कारण अन्य देशों से निवेश भी आ रहा है। आने वाले समय के अंदर जब बदलती परिस्थिति में भारत आर्थिक अर्थव्यवस्था में तेजी से बढ़ रहा है, दुनिया की बड़ी कंपनियां भारत में निवेश करना चाहती है, उस समय आपकी बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। जितनी पारदर्शिता होगी उतना ही विदेशी निवेश आएगा, जितनी पारदर्शिता होगी उतने ही हितधारक अपने हिस्सेदारी उसके अंदर शेयर होल्डर के रूप में रखेंगे। और इसीलिए कंपनी सेक्रेटरी के नाते इस आर्थिक अर्थव्यवस्था के अंदर आपकी महत्वपूर्ण जिम्मेदारी है और इस आर्थिक अर्थव्यवस्था के अंदर शुचिता है, पारदर्शिता है, जवाबदेही है, हमारी कंपनियां बेहतरीन तरीके से काम कर सके। मुझे आशा है आप सभी संस्थान के लोग देश हित में, राष्ट्र हित में इस काम के लिए सहयोग करेंगे और भारत में और निवेश आए, भारत का आर्थिक तंत्र और मजबूत हो, उसमें भी आपका विशेष रूप से सहयोग रहेगा। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जिनको पुरस्कार मिला उनको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बहुत बधाई।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद श्री ओम बिरला जी। आपका संदेश, आपका मार्गदर्शन सभी को अपनी जिम्मेदारी पूरी ईमानदारी, पारदर्शिता के साथ, जवाबदेही के साथ निभाने की तरफ प्रोत्साहित करता है। और जिससे, जैसे कि आपने कहा, ना केवल कंपनीज़ की प्रतिष्ठा बढ़ेगी पर आपका योगदान भारत को विश्व की तीसरी बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था और सही मानने में विकसित भारत बनाने में सहयोग बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रहेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। और देवी सज्जनों, अब आरंभ करते हैं पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह और मैं निवेदन करना चाहूँगी श्री ओम बिरला जी से कि अपने कर कमलों द्वारा ये पुरस्कार प्रदान कर सभी को सम्मानित करें। और शुरुआत करते हैं ICSI बिजनेस रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और सस्टेनेबिलिटी BRS अवार्ड्स 2023 से। These awards, ladies and gentlemen, were instituted in 2022 and they recognize the efforts of the companies integrating ESG for conducting their business in responsible and sustainable manner. इन पुरस्कारों के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी के लिए सबसे पहले एक शॉर्ट वीडियो देखते हैं।
To emphasize integrating ESG into business practices and to recognize the efforts of companies moving towards sustainable practices, the ICSI has introduced the ICSI Business Responsibility and Sustainability Awards in the year 2022.
All listed entities and unlisted companies are eligible to participate in the awards.
Evaluation is done on the basis of responses received on the questionnaire, followed by factoring in regulatory responses confirming the credentials of the shortlisted entities. The questionnaire for the BRS Awards is divided into 3 sections, comprising governance, social and environment aspects. Final selection is done by a jury of eminent personalities.
And the award shall be given to the best corporate from service as well as non-service sector.
ICSI BRS अवार्ड्स आज 2 कैटेगरीज में दिए जाएंगे, सर्विस और नॉन सर्विस सेक्टर में। और सबसे पहले नॉन सर्विस कैटेगरी में देखते हैं कि जो शॉर्टलिस्टेड एंटरप्राइजेस रहे हैं आपकी स्क्रीन पर। और अब मैं श्री ओम बिरला जी से निवेदन करती हूँ आज के इस कैटेगरी में जो विजेता रहे हैं उनका नाम अनाउंस करने के लिए। In the non-service sector, ladies and gentlemen, the shortlisted enterprises on the screen, and the winner is Tata Steel Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner. Would like to invite Mr. Parvathisam Kantinadham, the Company Secretary and Chief Legal Officer, Also, Mr. Piyush Jha, please present with us, the Head Sustainability and Disclosure, and Ms. Mukta Fadnavis Iyer, who's also present with us, the Head Compliance of Tata Steel Limited, to please join. एक ट्रॉफी और सर्टिफिकेट से इन्हें सम्मानित किया जा रहा है। अगला सर्विस सेक्टर में अगला पुरस्कार सर्विस सेक्टर में, और इसमें जो शॉर्टलिस्टेड एंटरप्राइजेज हैं आपकी स्क्रीन पर, और इसमें विनर श्री ओम बिरला जी द्वारा अनाउंस किया जाएगा।
Infosys Limited.
Infosys Limited, the winner, inviting Mr. Pankaj Kumar. May I request him to please join and accept the award. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Corporate Social Responsibility Award, and this is going to be today presented in 3 categories, that is large, medium, small, and emerging enterprises. And we begin with the small and emerging categories, the nominations on the screen, and the winner is
TP Center Odisha Distribution Limited.
TP Central Odisha Distribution Limited, inviting Mr. Pradeep Ghoshal, the Head CSR, and Ms. Suchitra Dash, Company Secretary of TP Central Odisha Distribution Limited, congratulating them as they receive the awards at the hands of Shri Om Birla Ji, the trophy and a certificate. We next have the CSR Excellence Awards in the Medium Enterprises category. And in the Medium Enterprises category, the nominations on your screen here, and the winner in this category is
Exide Industries Limited.
Exide Industries Limited. The winner here would like to invite Mr. Jitendra Kumar, the President Legal and Corporate Affairs and Company Secretary. May also request Mr. Nishant Sinha, Head CSR, if he's present with us, to please join. और अगला पुरस्कार CSR एक्सीलेंस के लिए ही CSR में एक्सेलेंस के लिए है अब लार्ज एंटरप्राइज, और इसके लिए जो शॉर्ट लिस्टेड एंटरप्राइजेज आपकी स्क्रीन पर, और इसमें विनर हैं बेस्ट कॉर्पोरेट लार्ज कैटेगरी under the CSR Excellence Award.
Dr. Reddy Laboratories Limited.
Dr. Reddy's Laboratories Limited would like to invite Mr. K. Randhir Singh, Company Secretary, Compliance Officer and Head CSR, along with Mr. M.V. Narasimhan, the Deputy CFO, and Mr. Suraj Nandagopal, the CSR Executive. Congratulations to them. And we have now the ICSI National Award for Excellence in Corporate Governance 2023, and also the Governance Profession of the Year. First, the Best Governed Company under the Emerging category in Unlisted segment. On your screen, you're going to be seeing the shortlisted enterprises, and the winner is
ICI Prudential Pension Fund Management Company Limited.
ICICI Prudential Pension Funds Management Company Limited. The winner, gracing the dais now, Ms. Sonali Chandak, the Group Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, and Mr. Prabhu Jatyar, the Company Secretary of the company. और इसके साथ साथ CS प्रभु चेतियार जी को गवर्नेंस प्रोफेशनल ऑफ द ईयर पुरस्कार से भी सम्मानित किया जाता है। एक ट्रॉफी उन्हें दी जा रही है, और मैं निवेदन करती हूँ प्रेसिडेंट CS मनीष गुप्ता जी से। दिस इज, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, द गवर्नेंस प्रोफेशनल ऑफ द ईयर, CS प्रभु चेतियार, being recognized, appreciated, awarded in the unlisted segment, emerging category. The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is for the Best Governed Company under the Medium category in Unlisted segment. आपकी स्क्रीन पर shortlisted enterprises, और इस कैटेगरी में विनर हैं. This is the Best Governed Company under the Medium category in Unlisted segment, and it is
Tata Consulting Engineering Limited.
Tata Consulting Engineers Limited, the winner in the Best Governed Company under the Medium category in Unlisted segment. And we have Mr. Ashok Sethi, the Chairman, Mr. Amit Sharma, Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Sachin Mishra, Head Legal and Company Secretary, and Ms. Yashada Kamath, the Manager, Secretarial and Legal, being presented the trophy along with a certificate. Tata Consulting Engineers Limited. And as you saw on the screen, there have been tough competition. We heard about the process of evaluations. And now the winners being recognized at the hands of our Chief Guest Shri Om Birla Ji with a trophy and a certificate. And also recognizing C.S. Sachin Mishra as the Governance Professional of the Year in the Unlisted Medium category. He's been presented a trophy. Many congratulations to them. Moving on to the next award, which is the Best Governed Company under the large category in unlisted segment. We have the shortlisted enterprises on your screen. और इस category में विजेता हैं
Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited.
Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited. Congratulations to them, and I invite Mr. Suranjit Mishra, the Chief Financial Officer, along with Ms. Monica Mehra, Company Secretary. Now also a trophy being presented. And now a trophy to CS Monica Mehra, being a judge as the Governance Professional of the Year in the Unlisted Segment Large category. So Women CS being recognized here, Monica Mehra as the Governance Professional of the Year. Congratulations to them. Next award in the listed segment, under it we have the emerging category, the shortlisted enterprises on your screen, and the winner among them is
Sonata Software Limited.
Sonata Software Limited. We have Ms. Radhika Rajan, the Independent Director, Mr. Jagannathan CN, the Chief Financial Officer, and CS Mangal Kulkarni, the Company Secretary, Compliance Officer, and Global Head Legal, joining us, along with their other colleagues, as they join us to accept this award. In the listed segment, and under this we have the emerging category. So many congratulations to Sonata Software Limited. And now we have recognition to CS Mangal Kulkarni as the Governance Professional of the Year in the listed emerging category. CS मंगल कुलकर्णी जी को अब सम्मानित किया जा रहा है ट्रॉफी प्रदान कर गवर्नेंस प्रोफेशनल ऑफ द ईयर सम्मान से लिस्टेड इमर्जिंग कैटेगरी में. Congratulations to him and to the company. And we move on to the next award, which is the Best Governed Company under the medium category in the listed segment. And we look at the shortlisted enterprises on the screen, and among them the winner is
Marico Limited.
Marico Limited, the winner. We have Mr. Pavan Agarwal, the Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Vinay M.A., Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, and Mr. Boni Rai, the Company Secretary of the company, joining us to receive the award. And for inculcating good corporate governance in the company, CS Vinay M.A. being recognized as the Governance Professional of the Year in the listed medium category. And we move on to the next award, that's the Best Governed Company under the large category in the listed segment. The shortlisted enterprises on the screen, and among them, the winner is
Asian Paints Limited.
Asian Paints Limited. The Best Governed Company, we have Mr. R.J. Murugan, the Chief Financial Officer and Company Secretary, along with Ms. Saloni Fadnis, the Deputy Company Secretary. The Best Governed Company under the large category in the listed segment, the award being conferred on Asian Paints Limited. और अब सम्मान CS R.J. Murugan को, who's being recognized as the Governance Professional of the Year in the listed large category. Now we have the ICSI Best Secretarial Audit Report Award, the SAR Award, the shortlisted enterprises on the screen, and the winner is
CS Neetu Poddar.
CS Neetu Poddar from Vinod Kothari and Company. The secretarial audit, ladies and gentlemen, was introduced as a process to evaluate and to report the compliance and the best practices followed in the company in elevating the culture of good governance. And towards that, the recognition to CS Neetu Poddar, the ICSI Best Secretarial Audit Report, the SAR Award being presented to them. CS Neetu Poddar of Vinod Kothari and Company. Joining along with the colleagues. ट्रॉफी और एक सर्टिफिकेट से इन्हें सम्मानित किया जाता है। और अगला पुरस्कार ICSI Best PCS Firm Award. This is in recognition of the excellent work and contribution made by PCS firms. This award was introduced in 2021 and the shortlisted enterprises on your screen, and among them the winner is
Vinod Kothari and Company.
Vinod Kothari and Company. एक बार फिर से मंच पर Mr. Vinod Kothari, Managing Partner, Mrs. Vinita Nair, Senior Partner, Ms. Neetu Podar, Partner, Ms. Pammi Jaiswal, Partner, and Mrs. Barsha Dikshit, Partner. बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं इन्हें। और अब आज की संध्या का आखिरी पुरस्कार पर बहुत विशेष और प्रेस्टीजियस पुरस्कार and we now have the ICSI Lifetime Achievement Award for translating excellence in corporate governance into reality. This is bestowed keeping in view the contribution towards performance, social welfare, public policy and corporate governance. I would like to request Shri Om Birla ji to please announce the Lifetime Achievement Awardee.
Venu Srinivasan, Chairman, TVS Motor Company.
Mr. Venu Srinivasan, Chairman Emeritus, TVS Motor Company Limited. We have Mr. Prasad Krishnan, the Vice President, TVS Motor Company Limited, joining us here on the dais to receive the award on behalf of Mr. Venu Srinivasan. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Venu Srinivasan is Chairman Emeritus of TVS Motor Company, one of the largest two-wheeler manufacturers in the world, and of Sundaram Clayton Limited, a leading manufacturer of automotive components in the country. Mr. Srinivasan has served for more than 4 decades in the automobile industry. He is widely recognized as one of the pioneering leaders of the two-wheeler automobile industry and has several prestigious awards to his credit, also the Padma Bhushan. श्री ओम बिरला जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इन पुरस्कारों को प्रदान करने के लिए और सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और इस कार्यक्रम के ऑलमोस्ट समापन पर धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव रखने के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ CS आशीष मोहन जी को, सेक्रेटरी ICSI।
Thank you, Vimi, once again. Shri Om Birla, Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha, Chief Guest of the ceremony, CS Manish Gupta, President ICSI, CS B. Narasimhan, Vice President ICSI, CS Dhananjay Shukla, Chairman Corporate Law and Governance Committee, ICSI, Council members of the Institute, former presidents, former secretaries, members of the Regional Council, Chairman and members of the managing committees of various chapters, distinguished guests, members of the jury, members of the expert group, proud members of the Institute, and Team ICSI. Greetings once again, and a very warm and pleasant good evening to all of you. It is certainly a privilege for me to stand before this revered gathering on this special occasion of the awards presentation ceremony of the 23rd ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance. Yet another magnificent eve we had with pride and blissful delight, where the Institute of Company Secretaries of India bestows its national awards for excellence in corporate governance, which is undeniably the most prestigious award promoting the culture of good governance in the nation. The ICSI National Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance, with a legacy of more than 2 decades now, have come to command the position, nothing short of being a pioneer. It gives me immense pleasure, again, and great delight to add that companies applying to these awards have never let us down. Beginning my vote of thanks from these very companies, on behalf of the ICSI, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude towards the applicants, comprising companies of all structures and sizes, as well as practicing company secretaries for their painstaking efforts in filling out the questionnaires, arranging for the visits, and other requirements of the process. Talking of questionnaire and procedures, I take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt appreciation towards the expert groups, their members, and the chairman of all of the 5 sets of awards for their dedication and commitment towards and adding greater strength to the questions and lending greater credibility to the entire award process. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor to have some of the members of the jury amongst us, and at the same time, it was a complete delight to be part of the jury discussion which have brought us to this presentation ceremony. Our heartfelt gratitude towards all of you, and I hope that we bask in the glory of your continued guidance in our future endeavors. And with them, thank you to the officers and members of the regulatory authorities as well, who have extended their support in our endeavor in promoting good governance. Coming to the presentation ceremony of today, our chief guest for the evening, Shri Om Birla, Honorable Speaker, Lok Sabha, was very kindly consented to preside over the ceremony and illuminate us by his thoughts. Dear sir, we are indeed grateful. We know you are highly occupied. Your time is very, very precious, and we are indeedly grateful for sparing your valuable time with us today. It has actually illuminated the entire evening today. Thank you very much, sir. I take this opportunity to applaud you for the huge support and guidance extended. Let's have a big round of applause to Shri Om Birla, Honorable Speaker of Lok Sabha. Let me also take this opportunity to extend heartfelt congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Each one of you is not just an award winner for tonight, but a trendsetter of the times to follow. May that thought guide you always. Team ICSI, friends, I would take this opportunity to congratulate the entire Team ICSI for their dedicated efforts into the entire process. An event of such magnitude could not have been a memorable one without a steadfast leadership at the helm. Let me express my gratitude to CS Manish Gupta, President ICSI, CS B. Narasimhan, Vice President ICSI, CS Dhananjay Shukla, Chairman, Corporate Laws and Governance Committee ICSI, and to the entire council members of the Institute. Also extending my heartfelt gratitude towards each one of you who are present here, as well as those all of you who are connected to us virtually. It is your gracious presence that the ICSI awards have made their mark, not just in Indian corporate and economic scenario, but in the global arena as well. I also give a special acknowledgement to the media presence and support. We extend our special gratitude to Nimi for excellently navigating the entire evening today. Thank you, madam. We also acknowledge the hospitality and support extended by Taj Palace. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind, Jai ICSI.
और देवी सज्जनों, आज के इस कार्यक्रम को समाप्त करते हैं। अपने देश, अपनी कर्मभूमि को शत-शत प्रणाम कर आप सभी से निवेदन है अपने स्थान पर खड़े होने के लिए राष्ट्रगान के लिए।
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे
बार पुनः धन्यवाद श्री ओम बिरला जी का, ये इन पुरस्कारों को प्रदान कर सभी विजेताओं को सम्मानित करने का, उनका मनोबल बढ़ाने का, हम सभी का अपने विचारों से, अपने मार्गदर्शन से। आप सभी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और आप सभी को अब आमंत्रित करते हैं डिनर के लिए। Ladies and gentlemen, inviting you all to please join us for dinner. Thank you.